Up on stage. But Billy, just to remind everybody, yes, we are being honest, that is North America versus Europe in a World Championships. This would be huge for both of these regions to pick this up.
Oh yeah, certainly. And I don't think either side has an edge. They're both incredible, as you mentioned. I really don't know who's going to walk away with it. It could be North America. It could be Europe. I've played a variety of players on both sides of these teams, and they're all incredible duelists, and I really don't know who's going to have the edge here.
Is there a favorite, Marcello? Do you think that one of these teams is favored over the other?
I do not think so. At the same time, we got to say we haven't seen one of them on stream yet.
True.
So I'm in for it because we have seen the other team a lot of times already.
I know a lot of people have been talking about that, so let's just talk about it. Team 7 made it through all of day 1 not having a feature match on stream. So we're going to be learning a lot about what...
Nggak apa-apa Mas Aris, kita baru mulai, kita masih belum sampai ke gamenya juga kok, jadi santai aja.
Highlights from yesterday, as this team had to go through 2 separate groups and they had to win at least 2 out of the 3 matches to advance to the semifinals, which were also played yesterday. So it was a long journey.
Yeah, and technically it came in as a second seed, if you want to call it, from the group that they qualified through. So maybe, do we call it an underdog story?
I don't think so. I think with the caliber player you have on these teams, hard to call either side an underdog. Almost you'd expect both these teams to be here. But yeah, for Team 7 not to have a feature match, it's probably because you knew they were going to make it here to the finals. It is, I would say they're one of the favorites to win it all, looking at the breakdown of the tournament going into this match.
Was that your prediction even before you saw any of the duels or the results?
I think if I was looking at all the teams, the 2 teams that made it to the finals were the 2 I would have picked. Knowing that they were in 2 different pods, I think it was the tournament for them to lose, and they didn't. They made it all the way here, and I can't wait to see which one of them is going to walk away world champions.
Unfortunately, it's too late for you to say that you had made a public statement beforehand. So
True. I'm just saying, I would have. I knew all along.
But something more important to mention is that most, but at least a bunch of these duelists are also previous World Championship appearances, not only for the TCG, as we will be able to go into. We have a former world champion among them for the Dragon Duel category. So we could see a 2-time world champion in different...
Selamat pagi Mas Sakura, aku baru keluar dari, aku baru habis mandi, aku udah sisiran belum sih? Aku bahkan belum sisiran. Aku belum makan siang, aku belum apapun, aku pikir masih nanti, masih setengah jam, masih sempat mau makan, aku baru selesai mandi, baru mau makan, udah, tau-tau udah belum mulai sih, baru pengumuman ini itu, jadi sabar aja, tunggu.
I'm just happy that they're all here, and I can't.
Sementara itu, aku mau set up streamnya dulu ya.
What the greatest minds of the game can bring to the World Championship.
And when we talk, we'll highlight more of the deck building, the rules as well later. But it's fun to tease that too, because that was the most exciting thing about this event.
Ini bukan malam dong, Mas.
Maybe if you check the general Discord online, what the community felt about, it's shared cards, you can't have 3 of cards in one deck and then also in another deck, but it allowed for such a different format here in the World's Finals, and a lot of different decks being represented.
And it's similar, although different, to what we have seen at the Duel Links. Their players obviously were on their own, but they had to bring 5 different decks. This time around, we have 6 different decks across. There are only 3 shared cards, which means that at least in terms of archetypes, in terms of decks, those are 6 different decks, and that's amazing.
And I know, Billy, we had a conversation about this yesterday, that a lot of duelists like to say, I'm really good at building decks, but then the performance, what's the best top cut you've had, right? But you have to do both to win this event. You have to be able to perform on stage and be very creative in how you approach the building of the deck itself.
Yeah, I think the Master Duel format they have with the World Championship really brought a different dynamic. Something maybe these players, even though they've played in previous World Championships, had to prepare for and tackle in a completely different way, and they were still able to rise to the challenge and meet it here and make it all the way to the finals.
So Marcello, while we're waiting for the introductions of the players on stage to actually talk about the teams themselves, let's talk a little bit about the information we learned from yesterday. Some of the highlight decks, maybe even highlight moments to catch everybody up at home.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly
siang adalah malam, malam adalah siang. Mas Sinon,
Team Sniper, which is the team representing Europe, we also
sibuk
didn't catch them until the semifinals.
That was so close.
Yeah, and that was an exciting match. But here, first of all, let's bring up for you guys the rules for the finals.
Yeah, we're talking about it a little bit already, so let's just get right into it.
Belakangan udah jarang kelihatan Mas Sinon.
3 sets of 3 simultaneous duels. You heard that right. There will be 3 duels happening on your screen, and we have
Ako, sambil ganjel lapar deh, aku belum makan siang.
happening in those duels. This will happen 3 times. The first team overall to in total get
Yes,
5 wins.
World di-sweep semua sama TCG. Termasuk salah satunya ini.
They can communicate during rounds as well, Billy.
USA,
So
USA.
yesterday with the player cams, you can tell when they're communicating, when they're talking about the opponents they're up against.
But there are also the deck building rules, which makes it so that these players, as mentioned, need to pick those free shared cards. And sometimes I can see them arguing whether, especially they all agree on which that should be, I guess.
In general,
Maxi,
it's been
yeah.
Ash Blossom. We've
But
seen
the
that across
third-
pretty much every other team. But the third card, you're just going to say it. That's the one that, we do see some variants. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, you're given a max of 3 copies of cards across everyone's deck except for the shared cards. You can select 3 of those. So what were some of the options? We talked about this yesterday, Marcello. But what
Yeah.
were some of the options that we were thinking teams might gravitate towards?
We have had a few, so obviously to pair it up,
Imperm,
we have a Trinity, we have seen
Zeus,
Infinite Impermanence as one popular
Yep.
choice.
Short by.
Yeah, but we have also seen it towards countering those Maxi and Ash Blossom there. So the main strategies are obviously Call by the Grave or Triple Tactics Talent. And spoiler alert, our finalists have chosen different shared cards with their third pick.
Different philosophies. That's the correct way to play in this format. Each duelist will get 2 decks to play with, so they have options throughout the series, and they can choose which deck they want to go for.
Mendadak banget loh. Aku kira masih setengah jam, tapi sekarang jam berapa sih?
As of July 14th, 2023, if you go into
Sekarang jam 1 aja belum.
boot it up and start playing, you're playing, and
Mereka maju 1 jam.
that these duelists are on
Mereka
the
maju
stage.
1 jam.
So, yeah, I mean, it's so fun that it's so fresh, it's so live right now. We are literally playing in the same game as everyone at home.
Yeah, that's really fantastic. So when you see these decks that the players are using here, you can just go into your own Master Duel game and build them yourselves. Take a first spin, see if you can play just as well as they do.
That's what I did after the Invitational, and it didn't work out for me. Hopefully it works out for you at home. But it's so excited to see
Mulainya setengah 2 harusnya.
and then try it
Ya,
out.
harus disambi. Kalau nggak aku lapar, aku belum makan siang. Aku baru mau makan siang, tahu-tahu udah begini. Nantilah habis World aku makan siang sambil kita nunggu
At the end of the day, they will
paper.
get to play against every single one of the players on the opposite team.
That's a good point to make, that they do rotate around, and we saw
Kalau nggak aku takut mah. Aku
one yesterday
sejak kuliah kemarin itu
lead us to what their
mahku kadang kambuhan
So
kalau nggak makan
it's
lama.
time to introduce the players that are going to be up on stage. We've been dancing around it, but it should be any moment now that we actually get to introduce them properly. So, final thoughts here, Billy, before we get into that?
I really just don't know who's going to win. I'm just excited to see some really good games.
Komentatornya bilang kamu bisa bikin deck yang sama dengan yang mereka bikin nanti di rumah di Master Duel. Percayalah, kalau kamu bikin di rumah di Master Duel, kamu bisa bikin deck yang lebih bagus.
You could be either one. Gotta wait and find out.
Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna win regardless.
They're all
Karena
winners.
mereka kan maksimum 3 kopi 6 deck.
Yeah, I think that this desk is the not the true winners. Though there will be a true winner, but I feel like we're winners as well. 'Cause we get to
Four-time
win.
winners. Four-time winners.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, we're going there.
Marcello, you got a little
I got a
undefeated
few.
EUWCQ.
Now we're playing second place in locals.
Nice. OTSs are still good.
Nice one.
Yeah, I don't know why they put me with such a seems duelist at this point.
Oh, you're an amazing caster, and you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan down to the core.
I did win a best of 3.
That's
against
true.
the end
That's true.
here.
That's true.
I did win a best of 3.
So you are a winner.
Yes, there we go. So I get your titles now.
That's how it works.
I think you did let me take
Nah,
that.
kemarin nggak nonton. Ya udah nggak apa-apa, hari ini hari pas Minggu siang.
But and again,
Pas saya kita nonton aja
player introductions themselves
finalnya.
should be coming
Aku mau nonton paper juga sih finalnya habis ini. Jadi habis ini harusnya
another part of that format.
habis Master Duel harusnya ada jeda lumayan panjang, makan dulu, istirahat, nge-break apapun. Tapi maksudnya sambil on stream. Habis itu kita langsung lanjut final paper.
It's just first team to get 5 wins total, 5 dual wins total. And Marcello, even though we didn't see it, if a team sweeps one of those and then the team wins 2 out of the 3 for the other, that it could be over that fast.
I'm just saying, we did jinx the Duel Links one. We might just jinx the
That's a
Master
good point.
Duel one. So let's see if that happens. But
All right, counter jinx it, Billy.
yeah, go for it.
We're gonna see it go all the way.
Yeah.
9 games down.
Kemarin cuma 2 jaman aku
That big drag out match. I can't wait to see.
sampai jam berapa ya? Sampai jam
every single game.
3-an atau sampai jam 4-an.
Expect it to be done by that second game. I think it is important to highlight that. The skill
Soalnya apa namanya?
is represented. So So with that said,
My name is Joshua Schmidt and I'm from Germany.
My name is Emre Kızılataş. I'm from Germany too.
I'm Jack Roystenkamer. I'm from Netherlands.
I think the strongest part of our lineup is that all of our two decks make a lot of sense together. All of the second deck always covers the weaknesses of the first deck really well, and I think that's why we were able to do as well as we did today. We're gonna win. That's it. We're winning.
Raymond Dye, and I'm from the United States.
Jesse Cotton, I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Ryan Yu, I'm also from Toronto, Canada.
Ryan performed extremely well. He's a very strong duelist, and I think today he overperformed immensely. We're gonna try our best to become Master Duel World Champions.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023 Master Duel.
Ya, mulai. Let's go.
First up from the blue side, from Team Snipe Hunters, please welcome Josh, Emre, and Puntel Ding.
Berlin versus Jerman versus Kanada. PS kalah ya. Paper itu untuk finalnya Sword Soul versus Dragon Link ya. Aku dukung dua-duanya sebetulnya.
Team 7, please welcome Ray, Jesse Cotton, and Carmano.
Ya udah dukung dua-duanya aja. Enaknya gini, kalau misalnya kayak dulu aku pernah bercanda sama temanku, kalau orang buta nonton bola tuh bahagia banget. Sebelah kiri gol, yeay gol. Sebelah kanan gol, hore. Sama kayak ini aku sekarang di sini ya Yu-Gi-Oh sama persis. Yang menang timnya Jesse Cotton ataupun Joshua Smith sama-sama bahagia. Udah nggak bisa nggak bahagia.
all right, we have them.
There
The
they
players
are.
are introduced. Marcello, Team 7 versus Snipe Hunters, NA versus EU.
We did go through a brief introduction, but these are some amazing players
Yeah.
with an insane background in the TCG especially.
And I want to start talking about that. Billy, you've competed against some of these players. You're friends with some of these players. Talk to me about some of the players you want to highlight, especially going into this World Final match.
I mean, looking at, you can't discount Jesse Cotton or Joshua Schmidt. I believe Jesse Cotton's played Worlds maybe 4 times now. This might be his 4th appearance here. Josh right there, maybe at 3 or 4 as well. Maybe 4, exactly the same. I've played Joshua Schmidt personally in the finals of 2 YCSs. One of the hardest competitors I've ever played against.
Wow.
And you also have Raymond Dye, who competed in our last World Championship 4 years ago. And then Ryan Yu, you mentioned it, a Dragon Duel World Champion. He's already been on this biggest stage and won. So the pressure...
Halo Mas Bagas, kita baru mau mulai. Tadi baru perkenalan berarti sekarang.
But you can't count out Quanto Thinker, Emery either. It's going to be amazing. I really don't know who's going to win.
So if Ryan wins, he gets the title now of the 2-time.
Which is just phenomenal.
Yeah, there you go.
That's unbelievable,
Let's
honestly.
go.
Games. That's very impressive.
To even think that
Snipe Hunters versus Team 7. Siapapun yang menang, kita bahagia hari ini. Siapapun yang menang.
This is the match.
Aku
I'm
bahagia,
super
paling nggak.
excited for the first
Dua-dua tim
ever
ini pantas menang,
Master Duel World
menurutku.
Champions. And it will be champions because of the team format here. Again, a very fun and exciting and refreshing way to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Played. I was so happy, Marcello, when we first
Mas Richard,
saw
kamu dukung Joshua Smith, jangan murni cuma untuk bansosnya ya. Dukung karena kamu suka pemainnya.
Are also talking to each other during their matches.
Indeed, and what you just mentioned, yeah, it is true that you get nervous, but you're not alone there. Let's remember, you have 2 friends alongside you, so I think that plays a huge role. They can help you out, they can keep your composure, you know?
Yep.
And especially because unless you get swiped 3-0, at least one of them maybe has won, he can help you out, you know, feeling better. So I think that's a great thing to do. And as you mentioned, we have amazing players.
Mas Raka juga lebih bahagia kalau Snipe Hunter menang. Sama juga, jangan sama kayak Mas Rincan, dukung cuma demi bansosnya doang. Dukung karena kamu suka playernya, karena kamu suka kontennya. Itu alasan bagus. Dukung demi jam itu kayak mata duitan banget sih kamu. Matre, jangan begitu.
Emre showing up with the Labyrinth deck and getting two
Ya, Mas korban PHP. Final formatnya masih sama seperti kemarin, 5 game.
Like, those were stressful moments where they were falling behind.
Absolutely. And
Best of 9, 5 win duluan.
Yesterday we seen completely different strategies when it came to switching decks.
Yes.
In the semi-finals.
Aku nggak tahu Tir akan mirror atau nggak, tapi gamenya Jesse Cotton versus Joshua Smith pasti bakal rame.
Yeah. While the European team kept switching them around strategically.
Yeah.
I really want to see what Team 7 is going to do.
I want to get Billy's thoughts on this because when we saw the performance of Snipe Hunters, they were trying to read what their opponent was going to play and then counter with it. We even heard the players themselves talking about how important that is. Have you put any thought into what you would go for? Because if you have a deck that you know you want to play as your primary, what kind of decks are you then thinking of for that secondary to counter the weaknesses that your primary might have?
Kamu tahu nggak kenapa namanya tim Snipe Hunters? Karena angka yang keluar di Snipe Hunter itu nomor 5. Itu adalah percobaan kelima Joshua Smith untuk menang World. Jadi kalau kita bilang tim 7 lebih pengalaman, aku bilang nggak juga sebetulnya. Snipe Hunters juga pengalaman, bagus. Pontal Thing sering masuk di top cut di turnamen Master Duel.
Dynamics of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game and in Master Duel.
Well, you passed the test because that's kind of what happened,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
Like it was Labyrinth as the second deck, it was the Exo-Sisters as the second deck.
Walaupun ya sih 3 orang tim 7
If you're trying to beat the tier decks,
udah
you're gonna be
langganan.
Exo-Sister, right? So like it felt like they were always looking for the right.
Aku nggak tahu kalau Emre di
What you should try to do,
Emre?
but remember, don't take it too far because we
Nggak
have
tahu.
seen yesterday
Dia performance-nya gimana?
playing a Sky Striker deck, and actually, you know, that wasn't that successful. So maybe when you take it a step too forward, trying to outplay your opponent, that could happen as well.
It was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we'll see it again.
Yeah. They did say that they're here to have some fun, but also I think at this point everyone's looking.
Ya namanya juga komentator. Tugas mereka kan mengkomentari, ya kan? Nasimu duluan habis, nasiku belum ada, aku belum makan.
To the game, having those deck options.
Yeah, I'm actually blanking right now. Marcello, do you remember what the other deck was outside of the Sky Strikers?
It
what
was Tier Element for
It was
one
Tier
of
Element,
things.
okay.
So, you know, you can see it's arguably...
Not a bad one to pivot back to, I suppose.
I would say no. I mean, it did work out for him because he won when it switched back to Tier Element.
So let's catch everybody up then on what the popular
Yes.
decks are right now. Based on the information we got yesterday, based on what we're expecting today, there's a few decks that are kind of standing as the clear favorites in this tournament. Yeah.
That gotta be Tier Elements on top, still with the Kid Kalos there, although it suffered some strong hits in the latest Forbidden Limited updates, it still is there, but as you mentioned it at the beginning of the day, Dragon Link is a deck that is in the finals for all 3 categories. That's impressive.
I mean, just good dragons. That's Yu-Gi-Oh! Since day one. It started with the Blue Eyes White
Exactly.
Dragon. The dragons have kept coming since then, and as we get more dragons, the ways you can play with it and the strategies that you combine it with, they all seem to work.
Blue Eyes menang World sekali, udah langsung performance-nya diagung-agungkan sama Yugi Boomer. Dragon kuat, dude. Dragon sebelum Dragon Ruler paling.
Yeah,
pretty good.
They just never get old.
Let's keep them coming.
So, Dragon Link, Tier Elements, Sprite. Sprite's another one that's been all over the place.
Absolutely. It's in there. We have seen players building it quite differently, though.
Yeah, we've seen the Melfi engine in the Sprite. We've seen the Frog engine still in the Sprite, oftentimes to get into that Melfi engine.
Yeah, Ronin.
Halo, Mas Rido.
Yeah. Still use that Slot Prog. Not having the totally awesome hurts, but being able to use
Kita lagi nunggu mulai.
plenty of Exceed summons and Link summons. Pretty awesome.
You basically get to that, totally awesome.
Alarmku barusan bunyi, 15 menit lagi harusnya kita mulai.
Few extra steps. It's like kind of the same. Yeah,
I am a big fan of the
Nggak masalah Mas Rido, kita hari ini juga nggak ada gladiatorial, kemarin juga nggak ada. Soalnya streamku siang doang. Aku kemarin nggak ada stream malam, aku cuma stream siang pas semifinal sama ini nanti. Aku cuci tangan dulu deh, mumpung masih ada waktu. Gaul banget kan, Sky Striker masuk top 2 World. Exosystem juga nggak sih? Aku nggak ingat. Tapi Exosystem masuk
That
top
is the big bonus for Sprite, is having access to that one. Some of the rogue decks, though, we've had a couple of fun ones.
You mentioned Emre and his Labyrinth deck. We expected Labyrinth to be represented.
I thought it was going to be everywhere.
We only saw it from Emre.
Same for TCG.
Yeah. Nobody's playing Labyrinth. What's going on?
What's happening? But I mean, Emre proved us right, we could say, because he never lost a single game while playing Labyrinth. And I would be shocked if we didn't see at least a game of Labyrinth here in the finals.
I got to chat with him a little bit ahead of the event as well, and he was saying the reason why he likes that is because it's a good going like blind one, if you don't know what your opponent's going to play, it can cover a lot of bases. He didn't feel like there was a clear like hard lose in the matchups, especially if you're going first. So that can factor in. Like the Exorcism deck, like going second doesn't feel nearly as good as when you're able to hit that heads.
Yeah, and that's also a big difference because compared to the other games, you cannot choose when to go first.
True. Well, let's see who's going first here because we are ready for Duel number 1, game number 1 for the first ever World Championship 2023 for Master Duel.
会場の皆様、一緒にカウントダウンをお願いします。3、
baru mau mulai.
Snipe Hunters versus Team 7.
Pas banget timingnya. Aku dukung dua-duanya, udah nggak tahu kalau ditanya dukung siapa.
And
aku dukung dua-duanya, Mas Abian.
For the first game, we're gonna see a battle of the leaders between Josh and Ray.
Ini kayak apa? Pas banget mulai.
The winners qualified were able to pick their teams. Both of these teams were picked well. They're of course the representatives.
Sorsol final kan? Keren banget. Sorsol Dragon Link mau yang mana?
That Sprite package.
Nimble Beaver, a great start. Gonna open
Sprite.
Sprite Sprint. You got to play multiple copies of Nimble Angler so you can summon one with that Nimble Beaver and still send a Nimble Angler to summon 2 more Nimble Beavers from the deck with Sprite Sprint. It looks like he's just going to go into Gigantic first, playing around stuff like Nibiru the Primal Being.
Oh my god, iya bener. Aku ingat aku bilang Sky Striker Copium.
Josh.
Yeah, if there's a maxi, you're
dropping that down. Aku bilang Sorsol dan Sky Striker Copium dua-duanya masuk.
Absolutely. Wow. And here, I mean, we can expect 2 different decks. We have seen Josh multiple times already. And the 2
ya, aku lihat patternnya. Deck yang masih solid, masih bagus. Walaupun cuma middling. Karena kamu harus bikin 6, ya striker keluar.
So he's able to get the swap frog and discard as a cost to be able to trigger that Nimble Angler to summon the 2 beavers from the deck.
Ray showing a deep understanding of the combos, respecting his deck and knowing how to play it. We have a lot of 2-stars on the field right now.
Berarti
usually that is where the strike board wants to
Those arrows are pointing the right way. Yep. You're right there.
And now, most likely, we've been seeing if it's an LP package, it's not. It's actually Sprite Sprint, so we're not yet going into another Xyz. Instead, we are looking.
This is a very heads-up play as he has gone through the anglers, so that's what you usually send with the sprint. Instead, thanks to the elf, you can send the blue and get it back.
Oh, that's again very creative from Ray.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go into Sprite Jet and add a Sprite Spell or Trap card from the deck to the hand. Got a couple of options. He's going to go for Sprite Starter. It means he's trying to get access to a Sprite Red or a Sprite Carrot, be able to negate a monster or a spell and trap effect.
It is rough that Josh opened no interruptions in hand. You want an Maxi, you want an Ash, even an Infinite Impermanence would feel nice.
The consistency of Sprite is really what shines for this deck. Just being able to open up with a copy of Nimble Beaver and really just send you on your way with 1 card.
And as you can see, Josh is actually speaking to his teammates right now. Maybe as he doesn't have many responses, he can focus on their games and trying to help him out at the same time.
That's a good part to highlight. I mean, if you don't have interaction in your hand, might as well watch. Also, it gives you information of what your opponents are opening with, which duel decks they're choosing to play for that first duel.
And that Melfi of the Forest added that Melfi Caddy.
Yep.
Such an awesome card. You're able to special summon it during the end phase, and then during your opponent's turn, it'll be able to return to the hand and add a beast, including Melfi Penny, which will be exciting for some interruptions.
Yep, Masquerena.
Where they end up with.
Yeah, I really like it if you draw a Penny, you're able to
Carrot.
something like Nimble Beaver or different beasts from the deck as well.
But seems like that's about
1, 2, 3.
with 3 face downs.
And he sets the Sprite Starter, right? So you have to be careful with the Melfi cards and the Sprite Starter, because if you want to go into the level 4 Synchro, you're going to need to do it before you use the Sprite Starter.
just brought out.
Yeah, actually,
Super Volley.
You could have another Sprite Starter.
There could be. Could be a Smashers.
Super Volley.
Could be a lot of things. Infinite Impermanence is a very popular one, called by the great. Josh.
Aku nggak tahu decknya.
That is the important part to highlight. Josh will have to play through a fearsome field and 3 unknown back rows.
Dark Ruin or more, notoriously really good against Sprite.
Yeah.
But if you're having it in your deck here, might not be the case.
So what do you think, Billy, would be better if Josh was on the Naturia deck or on the Dragon deck?
Naturia Runic, pantas.
Hopefully it is the Runic deck.
It is.
Has to target the Sprite Elf, has that targeting protection, just an extra bonus to Sprite Elf.
Aku keracunan Super Poly, jadi ketika draw face respon itu langsung Super Poly udah keracunan duluan. Nggak tahu. Aku lupa kalau decknya Naturia Runic. Sama satunya lagi apa sih? Tyr? Aku nggak tahu.
I'm expecting one of them to be. I think the most likely ones would be things like Called by the Grave, Infinite Impermanence, if they're running that one.
I think I saved the carrot here against Runic. I really like to use carrot against Runic Fountain more than the Runic quick play spells, because you really want to prevent them from refilling their hand by drawing those 3 cards.
I mean, he goes for it. Wow.
And it's the caddy.
Caddy instead of the Melvia the Forest. I think that means you have something like Sprite double cross set.
Well, I mean, I guess the sprint, so I guess you want that Exceed material for sprint.
Sprint or double cross.
Because you can just use the rat to get it.
Table C baru selesai.
Good point.
Ngomong-ngomong, aku pindahin facecam, ku turunin dikit ya.
Dispelling great at summoning a monster.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna chain it here on the caddy, as mentioned. Makes sense.
The way Ray plays this deck is so satisfying to watch. I mean, sometimes you open up those types of cards, you're like, I got a Beaver and an Angler. Well, I mean, everything worked out. Like this.
Table C baru selesai, Amre menang lawan
But at the same time, Table C is over, and the win goes to Snipe Hunters. Emre with that Exo Sister deck taking the win.
Incredible. Yeah, that was lightning fast.
So since the monster was summoned, it's going to trigger the Melfi Caddy, so you'll be able to return that to hand and add a...
Exo Sister menang ya barusan.
Generally, it will be that penny. Like you had mentioned, the 2-star tuner lets you synchro summon with something in your hand, the Melfi in hand. That will be a 4-star. And we do have Infinite Impermanence.
2 deck waifu dan aku punya dua-duanya. Tapi jarang aku pakai karena aku kopium mereka bagus.
That seems like it's a
Aku bilang aku kopium mereka bagus, tapi dua-duanya udah masuk top 2. Jangan lupa Inburn Kolom.
The best part about Melfi Penny, as long as the beast returned to your hand, it has that quick effect to special summon any time during the turn. So you can wait till the exact moment you want to do it.
Yeah, but at least as mentioned, he had that Sacred Tree, so he can go grab either Mold Cricket, which is usually one of the greatest options.
Okay, now we're going for the penny. If you can get Herald of the Arclight out on the field now, it feels incredible. You have the negate. You're really messing with the graveyard setup of the Runic deck, and it's just so hard to get through because it's not just that. It will also be...
Bikin apa? Arclight. Arclight.
Yeah, definitely looking to just more ways to make sure Runic Fountain doesn't connect, or being able to stop something like Natural Mold Cricket, like I said, very huge.
Yang satu lagi itu Tyr lawan, aku nggak tahu lawannya pakai apa.
Quantal got a pretty good start here with the Tyr Element deck against a Dragon Link deck.
Tuh, Tyr versus Dragon Link.
Yeah, it looks like in pretty controlling position with that Kaleido Heart and Scream on the field.
We've also the Pierre Perle Rhino.
You're right. There we go. Look at that. Infinite Impermanence, Called by the Grave. We're both set. And we're going to chain Naturia Blessing.
Oh, that's really big. Being able to get the Tree Monster out of the graveyard, the Call by the Grave won't resolve, and the Mold Crew will be on the field. This might prompt a response here.
Herald of the Arclight, you could just choose to negate now.
Exactly. I think you might have to.
I think so as
I
well.
would. But again, I've been wrong before.
Apa iya kalau Sprite menang Elf bakal di-ban? Aku nggak yakin mereka bakal bikin banlist yang drastis berdasarkan format yang kita nggak akan pernah secara realistis temuin di rank. Nggak tahu. Tapi kalau sampai di hit ya, Sprite mesti kena hit, Tyr mesti kena hit, Naturia Runic nggak tahu. Sprite dan Tyr. Seandainya Branded Fusion nggak di hit jadi Semi, mungkin Branded bakal muncul di sini kali, entahlah. Namanya berharap itu kopium. Snow hit, ya banyak yang kita bisa berharap di hit. Cuma apakah bakal terjadi, entahlah. Udah mati ini, udah mati di tempat.
This might be it for Josh next turn.
Yeah, this game not looking great.
Oh, that is not ideal. And we have the smashers. What did I say? The back row for Sprite is...
Sekian banyak game dari kemarin aku recording, kelihatannya tuh seperti ini. Turn pertama setup board, turn kedua nggak bisa break, turn ketiga mati. Banyak banget game yang seperti itu. Jadi sekarang setelah di-expose di World, semoga banlistnya bisa lebih waras. Semoga. Branded Bestial udah mati kemarin di aku lihat Gimlet yang bawa Branded Bestial. Nggak jauh.
Yeah, and this is honestly what a show of skills from Ray. He piloted the deck in a very unusual way as well.
Lebih banyak game yang turn 1 setup board, turn 2 nggak bisa break, turn 3 OTK daripada game yang turn 1 setup board, turn 2 bisa break, turn 3 bisa break balik. Jarang.
Duel is over.
Yeah, Josh knows the writing's on the wall.
Oh iya, diambil Dragon Link, Mas Dedi betul.
That makes sense. Wanna prioritize making sure that the table be.
Dan Branded nggak akan bisa selama ada Ash. Callback ke game kita Branded Mirror ya, dimana aku Branded langsung di Ash Blossom.
For the teams, it is first to 5 victories across.
Konami setelah melihat share card-nya itu selalu ada Maxi dan Ash Blossom, Konami mungkin akan berpikir, kebanyakan orang yang bawa Ash Blossom bisa sampai di staple di semua tim. Kita ban Ash Blossom, Maxi dibuat boleh bawa 4.
So Ray is victorious in his first
Wow.
which means table B will determine who is ahead after game 1.
You know, just draw the out, just draw the out, just draw the out, just draw the out.
Some bestials on the Dragon Link deck from Carmano.
Carmano went first. We're in turn 3, main phase 1.
Yeah.
Just draw the out.
Set up a field. It was cracked by Quantal Think.
Yeah.
And now you got to play through all of this.
It's tough.
I was looking at it and I'm pretty sure he just got it with that Maxi and he decided to completely pass. So that's what happened, and now he's trying, to fight back from this threatening field from Quantal.
The shield Baldrake. Fantastic card.
Mas Bagas, masalahnya aku ngomong just draw the out itu untuk meng-highlight tren sepanjang championship ini, sepanjang world ini, bahwa banyakan game yang seperti itu. Turn 1 bikin board, turn 2 nggak bisa break, turn 3 udah mati. Lebih banyak yang seperti itu daripada yang tidak seperti itu. Kemarin dari aku rekaman itu belum selesai. Ngomong-ngomong, aku kemarin udah recording 3 jam, kemudian spidolku mati untuk nyatet rekamannya, jadi aku belum lanjut. Aku baru beli spidol ini nanti.
Yeah. That doesn't seem to be the case, so this makes it very hard for Carmano to fight back with only 3,100 life points left.
I miss this card too. It's Kictalis, one of the best Yuga cards ever, in my personal opinion.
Yang seperti ini tuh jarang gamenya, di mana turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, terus turn 4. Jarang yang bisa begini. Kebanyakan tuh cuma sampai turn 3 doang. Build board nggak bisa di break, OTK. Selalu seperti itu.
The playbook goes very deep.
I think he's shaking his head. He doesn't seem happy, and he passed back. That's it.
End phase. That should be game. Quantal Link only needs to do 3,100 as more than enough just on the field presently.
Itu udah over lethal on board. Oh, masih ngumpulin advantage sedikit.
They are still on the edge of just winning this sets of game 1.
And we are gonna play safe still from Quantal Think. Isn't just accepting Carmano's.
Evenly-nya dipakai di deck lain kali. Jadi kita nggak bisa bawa evenly. Ya ada semua deck mau evenly sih.
Gonna send 5, the Stream is gonna send 3, the Rhino's gonna be able to send any tournament's card. This game is all but over.
Ah ya, aman dari Bestial.
All's done but the crying, as it looks like Snipe Hunters will be up 2-1 after game 1 here.
Aku nggak tahu, Pang bisa full combo tier.
A reminder that it can end in
Tier mirror seru. Sayangnya kalau tier nggak lawan selain nggak mirror nggak seru. Tier lawan floodgate juga nggak seru, dan karena tier ada, floodgate jadi ada. Jadi floodgate lawan apapun ya nggak seru juga. Masalahnya gitu, semua deck belum sampai ke tingkatnya tier. Selagi maksimum level kita level 100, tier sendiri udah nyampe level 120. Sampai level cap-nya deck masing-masing dilepas ke 120, belum bisa compete. Masih susah. Terakhir kali itu, level cap-nya Labyrinth udah naik jadi level 110. Maksudnya kalau di perumpamaan game RPG itu seperti itu.
Game 1, advantage to Snipe Hunters and advantage to the European representatives.
Well played nonetheless by everyone here. But as you mentioned, now we are moving on to the second sets of duels as our players will actually switch over their opponents.
Yeah, the opponents switch, and this is where it also gets interesting. Let's catch Billy up because this is where the decks can change.
Di mana sih aku bisa lihat komentator Jepang dengan subtitle, ada nggak sih di mana tempatnya? Aku pengen tahu gaya komentarnya, mereka bedanya di mana gitu.
We can't assume they'll play the last one. And oftentimes who wins this next round is the one that makes the correct read, Marcello, of actually knowing the deck to play.
Absolutely. I gotta say, it's also interesting the way they are paired up against. For example, we saw Jesse Cotton losing round 1 because he was up against Emre, and arguably that's his worst matchup because he's gonna be facing against either Exosister or Labyrinth, and he's the one with the tier deck, you know. So maybe that's what happened. But now I feel like he could just keep playing a tier element, and worst case scenario. If
Mas Bagas, udah menang masih di full combo itu di satu sisi harus karena negate, ya kan? Ini World Championship loh. Kamu harus memaksimalkan kesempatanmu menang. Kalau lawan punya Bestial terus dia nge-clutch, terus kamu kalah cuma karena kamu nggak full combo, ya itu bodohmu sendiri. Di sisi lain, karena nggak bisa surrender, walaupun kamu udah jelas-jelas kalah pun, masih tetap harus disiksa lawanmu. Tapi aku ngerti kalau itu world. Kalau misalnya satu tim full combo, kemudian pas turn 2, draw, standby main, nggak bisa apa-apa langsung scoop, itu nggak seru. Tapi sama juga nggak seru turn 3 begitu. Ini udah pernah jadi bahan pembicaraan Konami shareholder waktu meeting kemarin itu. Salah satunya aturan no surrender rule ini. Dan kita bisa lihat no surrender rule itu juga kelihatan di Master Duel. Di mana turn 1 full combo, turn 2 nggak bisa break, turn 3 langsung bunuh. Seperti itu. Ngukur level cap-nya itu aku cuma kira-kira doang. Maksudnya secara perkiraan tuh seperti itu berdasarkan meta. Itu cuma perumpamaan, bukan berarti secara literal ada level cap-nya. Tapi intinya kenapa tier itu lebih kuat jauh dibandingkan yang lainnya, karena seperti itu, ceilingnya lebih tinggi. Kurang lebihnya.
And this adds another layer to what we mentioned. So now I'm thinking that also the first time that we have seen Josh lose in game 1, usually it was always the players carry.
Aku nggak tahu ya kalau soal kodok di band perlu atau enggak. Tapi yang jelas sprite itu lumayan kuat. Sprite elf, kalau di hit aja tier juga kena hit kalos. Mana sweeping band listnya? Itu yang belum ada. Makanya tier masih tetap aja berjaya terus di atas. Tapi enggak. Bukan Sprite Elf yang di-ban, bukan Kid Kalos yang di-ban, bukan Snow, bukan Chaos Ruler yang di-ban di Master Duel di ban list yang terakhir. Yang di-ban apa? Branded Fusion di semi. Why?
I thought it was going to be more of a secondary deck that comes out after.
Sebagai branded player, aku salty as fuck dengar berita kemarin itu.
I mean, maybe as you mentioned, we went through a lot of different duels yesterday. Word spread. And
masalah utamanya dengan archetype tier itu tuh bukan loopingnya. Masalah utamanya mereka nggak ada archetype locknya. Lupa mereka kalau di lock. Lupa perlu di lock. Ayahan.
But for now.
Nggak ada lock, branded tier, sprite tier. Kemarin aku bilang bahwa sprite dan tier bukan deck yang sama, nggak bisa dicampur. Ternyata sprite dan tier dicampur juga nggak masalah, somehow. Saatnya kita limit saling. Nanti crime di limit juga. Perhatikan, bandlist berikutnya crime di limit.
Live in front of the audience.
I did. I was watching that. Yeah, I did.
No, catch us up during the next duel.
I mean,
kita akan punya satu sisa S buat Nigen Reno Hart.
So that was an important one in that matchup, I gotta say, because the tier element deck obviously favorite in general, but when it goes first, sometimes that fairy tales can help.
Fun fact, yang bikin bandlist staff lama dari orang bikin bandlist TCG apa iya di OCG gitu? Kayaknya enggak, OCG pegangan Konami of Japan, tapi itu mesti joke-nya. Selamat datang Mas Cincin Yulia, selamat datang Mas Dausaurus. Semoga kamu menikmati stream kita hari ini, nonton bareng plus komentar, karena di channel Yu-Gi-Oh-nya kamu nggak bisa komen di streamnya, jadi datang aja langsung komen di sini.
Same kind of thing playing out here at the World Championship.
We still have a little bit of time before the players will be ready on stage, so I want to dive a little bit more into some of the players and the history of them, because Ray, like you said, a legend in his own right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the first time I met him, it was at the last World Championship.
Aku kayaknya nggak akan bikin Kastira sih. Pertama karena aku nggak suka dengan playstyle Kastira. Kedua, karena Kastira kalau mau dibawa di gladiatorial kita juga nggak bisa. Kita kan pakai Bandless World. Mungkin aku akan bikin Dragon Link, belajar, atau Sword Soul, entahlah. Kastira aku akan narik sedikit untuk bikin tier laments Kastira kalau di rank. Tapi cuma itu doang. Paling Fenrir Unicorn-nya doang, sama Raisos-nya. Paling cuma itu doang. Record Slayer kalau kamu cuma buat meme bisa sih, bagus. Tapi kalau untuk kompetitif, entahlah.
Yeah, I think we got a plan. Next year, you do the grinding and then you invite us over.
You do the hard work.
Ya, Kastira butuh tier laments Kastira, makanya aku nggak yakin aku akan ngedraw di pack berikutnya. Mungkin aku akan crafting doang. Aku belum tahu. Chaos Angel juga mungkin aku akan crafting doang.
It could be by this. We'll never know next.
Ya paling aku cuma ngambil Fenrir, Unicorn, Paraisos kalau keluar. Kemudian Chaos Angel 4 kartu paling. Record Slayer. Nah. Harusnya gue lempar koin biar jalan first terus skill issue. Kalau kamu nggak bisa lempar koin ya skill issue-mu. Oke, set 2, game 2.
The opponents have swapped up. The decks maybe have swapped up. Yet to know currently.
As we can see though, that are the matchups. So Josh is gonna be playing against Carmano, while Quantal is gonna be playing against Jesse.
Let's go.
Let's see. We most likely will jump into table 2.
Iya, Chaos Angel butuh satu doang. Fenrir dan Unicorn juga kelihatannya cuma butuh satu doang. Makanya mending crafting aja, apa narik sedikit lah. Sedikit doang yang ditarik.
Intro for the World Championship. This is sweet.
I love to let the tension build because you know these players are feeling that tension as well. You see their faces, you see the concentration.
Yep. Seluruh dunia memperhatikan mereka. Yang pakai labyrinth di sini aku nggak tahu, nggak siapa ya?
Yeah, probably trying to play around something like triple tactic talent. You want to use that before they'll be able to also have access to that since triple tactic talent's only main phase.
That's a good point.
Follows it up with that Rhino Heart's normal summon to send Hovness. This is where you could be weak to something like Infinite Impermanence, but nothing there to respond to it, and he's gonna be able to go straight into tier limits, kick hollows.
So if Jesse stick with his deck, we might be.
Kastira kena Nibiru mati, tapi karena Sprite masih hidup, jarang orang yang bawa Nibiru. Sama kasusnya dengan dulu waktu Runic dan Labyrinth, di mana Labyrinth itu bikin orang bawa Lightning Storm, tapi Runic bikin orang bawa
switching over to Sword, so yeah.
I really like the start.
Namanya Cosmic Cyclone. Jadi kalau kamu bawa Cosmic Cyclone menang lawan Runic, tapi kalah lawan Labyrinth. Kalau kamu bawa Lightning Storm menang lawan Labyrinth, kalah lawan Runic. Sama kasusnya dengan ini nanti Kastira sama Sprite. Kamu bawa Nibiru menang lawan Kastira, kamu nggak bawa kalah sama Sprite. Kalau kamu nggak bawa menang lawan Sprite, bawa evenly menang lawan Sprite, kalah sama Kastira. Maxi apa perlu di ban menurutmu? Udah banyak yang ngomong Maxi di ban.
Yeah, for now it will resolve. Obviously, this is a matchup that we have seen plenty of time.
Come on, Jesse Cotton.
As you mentioned, Jesse having great success with it. Multiple YCS finals during that format.
There was a whole format.
Wait, indikatornya salah apa ya? Kok Carmano versus Quantal Thing sih? Ini kan Jesse Cotton Quantal Thing.
Goes for the callback in the mirror match.
I think you just have to do it sometimes, especially if you don't have any plays to really keep going. And I see Nagito also milled.
Agido.
Yeah, I was gonna say this Kikkilos for Quantal Think could be pivotal, but getting an additional.
Maxi jangan di ban itu.
Also could
take unhinged menurutku.
Yeah, when you're sending those 5 cards to the Graver in the mirror match, you really want to hit that Ormadora to be able to respond to that your opponent's chain links. Just shuffle back those tier limit monsters. But he's going to go into Kiktalos, Trigger, Scream.
All right, well, Jesse Cotton showing that only one of them has the special rarity Kiktalos. So.
Mas Dosaurus, kelihatannya teman baru ya. Klik subscribe kalau belum. Join Discord, link ada di bawah. Selain itu, ayo kita lanjut nonton ini.
Another 5 from both players' decks. I have to imagine he hit a Keldo or a Medora potentially on that first 3. Because usually I don't want to send the additional 5 unless I have a way to shuffle back my opponent's cards.
Or maybe
yang bahaya.
Also Quantal eat any of those cards and then he just doesn't feel like he has enough to push here.
True.
Mas Section, selamat datang.
A lot of unknown information, but the players are making their decisions. We have the Rhino Heart and then the Scream coming in.
Sebetulnya aku nggak tahu kalau konsensus di OCG itu Maxi bagus atau enggak gitu. Tapi ada beberapa pemain pro Jepang yang juga nggak suka dengan Maxi, dan di Jepang pun ada komunitas TCG komunitas TCG yang main pakai kartu bahasa Inggris dan bukan kartu OCG, cuma supaya mereka bisa menghindari Maxi. Ada komunitasnya kecil-kecil di Tokyo. Nggak segede OCG di Jepang, tapi TCG di Jepang ada. Jadi kalau dibilang pemain OCG suka Maxi, mungkin nggak semuanya kali, nggak tahu. Menurutku paling banter ambivalen. Ada yang suka, ada yang nggak suka.
And as you can see here, that is confirmed by the activation of the Salviak.
Sementara TCG ya mayoritas nggak suka. Kalau di sana mungkin lebih 50-50 lah gitu.
5 more cards.
Maxi kayaknya nggak akan dilimit. Kalau sampai Maxi dilimit banyak yang salty. Mending Maxi di ban sekalian daripada dilimit. Tapi kita di Zodiac format masuk link aja Maxi masih limit loh somehow.
Duel.
Di TCG maksudnya. Jadi ban Maxi di TCG itu relatif baru. Aneh kan?
Which is gonna be up against the Labyrinth deck from Emre. So that's a very good opening though from Raymond. On the other side, it seems like they both, I guess, Joshua's mid over too.
Halo, Mas Pras. Halo. Selamat datang.
Opening with just a lot of runic cards.
Tepat waktu untuk game 2. Kita lagi lihat tier mirror.
Runic can draw through all of that. Maybe it was a Maxi. We'll have to wait and see, as Table C has also had some interactions. Not catching back up on Table B here. Look at that. We finally resolved the chain links.
And then it's just a Merely and a Hobness, one from each side. Both players going to fusion summon here. Quantum think when it's your opponent's turn, you're using your fusion summon, you're looking to go into Predaplan Drago Sepelia, Tearlaman's Kaleido Heart. Looks like he does have the proper material, so he's going to be able to go into that Kaleido Heart.
Okay.
Still hasn't had to use any of his face down spell or trap cards quite yet.
That's pretty intimidating for Jesse Cotton to keep track of.
Kalau Maxi di ban, ya jangan cuma Maxinya doang yang di ban. Yang di ban ya banyak. Maxi di ban, Chaos Ruler di ban, Kid Kalos di ban, Spread Elf di ban. Solusinya kayak gitu. Kalau cuma Maxinya doangnya di ban ya mesti hancur, langsung collapse. Karena Maxi itu tuh cuma kayak satu pilar penjuru. Kalau langsung dicabut ya nggak bisa, langsung ambruk rumah Master Duelnya. Jadi nggak cuma Maxi yang di ban, harus banyak.
Yeah, this is considered by many one of the most technical.
Jangan ngomong gitu Mas Aris. Kemarin sampai 22 orang kok, bagus kok. Goal kita berikutnya adalah 30 penonton sekaligus. Sampai 20 udah tembus. 10 tembus, 20 tembus, tapi kadang-kadang doang. Tembus 30 lah aku bakal bahagia. Makanya dibantu di-share ke teman-temanmu yang kira-kira suka dengan kontenku, streamku, supaya kita bisa tembus 30 orang penonton stream sekaligus. Oke?
We see the Cloud of Hearts trade effects with one another, both targeting each other, sending them both back into the extra deck.
Very funny interaction.
Mas Tes bilang betul sekali. Maxi go first, draw face shotgun Maxi juga udah mati. Tapi Maxi itu lebih membantu go second daripada go first. Dalam artian kalau kamu harus break board dengan lawan Maxi itu, kamu pada dasarnya udah 80% mati juga. Pakai Maxi kamu jadi 100% mati. Tapi kalau kamu go second pakai Maxi 50-50 mati atau enggaknya. Jadi Maxi lebih membantu go second daripada go first, walaupun Maxi juga bisa di abuse go first. Jadi itu argumen pro kontra tentang Maxinya seperti itu kurang lebihnya. Mas Ari, Tier 0 enaknya dicampur dengan Isizu, enaknya dicampur dengan Bestial, Magna Druid Swarm aja cukup. Kalau kamu mau nambahin Boldrek paling 1-2. Jadi untuk sekarang tuh masih seperti itu. Nanti kalau engine Castira udah keluar, kita bisa nambahin Tearlaments Castira, Paraisos, Fenrir Unicorn. Itu udah build yang standar untuk tier. Buildnya tier itu masih sangat standar sampai sekarang pun. Nice tactics.
Talk about good cards in the mirror match. Triple Tactic Talent, one of the exclusively best cards in the mirror match because you're almost guaranteed that they're going to be activating effects during
Oh ya, kita pernah sampai tembus 30. Kalau gitu goal berikutnya tembus 40. Bantu di-share supaya teman-teman kita bisa cepet bantu sampai tembus 40 orang.
Yeah, he's going to probably try and use the diffusion summon.
Nice super poly clutch.
I mean, when you think about the back roll that this deck will play, you have to keep track of Super Poly. And Quantal Think says, no, that in fact is my kick color.
The best part about the Super Poly, it is his kick color, so that means it's going to his graveyard.
And resolve it.
And he's going to get to send the 5 cards from his deck to the graveyard.
Lulu
That's
Karos.
one of the best cards you can have in the mirror match.
Nice hit.
And the super polymerization, huge for Quantal Think.
Jesse could be in trouble.
Table C is over, and
It
Raymond is the winner. So,
all right, Team 7 sticking in it. They pick up their second win, 2-2 now.
I see a Medora going to
Jet Castilla mungkin masih 2-3 bulan, tapi untuk sementara ya tier itu ya isi tier bestial aja dulu. Itu udah build standarnya.
no matter what.
I mean, from the team.
Kamu bisa masukin Beatrice kalau kamu butuh millnya. Kamu bisa masukin Wallow kalau kamu butuh. Wallow itu efeknya apa sih? Aku cuma sering lihat di bawah di tier. Banyak Baron, banyak masih bisa. Tier itu masih sangat fleksibel. Tier itu masih 80% full power sekarang.
To target their Kettle and Medoras to force them to either use it or choose them to go back into the deck before you have to activate another effect, and that's what we see happening here.
Tough spot here for Jesse, but still.
Mas Pras bilang ada evenly match di match yang mana tadi? Aku nggak tahu. Aku nggak hafal dengan ininya apa dengan decklistnya. Mas Abimanyu, pemain lore, mau main Master Duel tapi bingung, nggak masalah. Kita setiap stream kamu bisa nonton stream untuk belajar Master Duel. Juga di channelku banyak video guide untuk teman-teman yang baru mau main Master Duel. Video kemarin hari Jumat aku bikin tutorial untuk starter deck Sword Soul. Itu adalah starter deck yang sangat solid dan fleksibel. Bisa kamu bikin dalam waktu sekitar semingguan mulai main Master Duel. Itu adalah deck paling solid menurutku untuk starter deck sekarang.
We've seen the targets in the graveyard. You can just banish those now and have.
Jadi itu Mas Abimanyu Arya Pradana, kalau kamu mau bikin deck pertamamu Sword Soul, cek videonya di channelku. Oke?
Not for chain.
Yeah. We're up to Chain Link 7.
Kit Kalos ke ban dan banyak hal yang ke ban.
And it will resolve.
Elf itu masih bisa hidup di OCG pun tier masih hidup kan, masih gila.
Trishula just hit the field for Josh.
Banyak wishlist kita yang mau di ban. Chaos Ruler, Snow, Kit Kalos, Elf. Kalau mau mematikan tier betul-betul, nggak bisa cuma Kit Kalos sama Elf. Nggak mungkin bisa. Apalagi yang di hit apa? King of the Swamp jadi satu, Foolish Burial Goods jadi satu. Yang peduli siapa? Orang gila. Zodiac apa udah waktunya dilepas? Kayaknya belum. Blood Bowl masih kuat. Airface.
Go to the battle phase, so
serang.
For now, gonna try and clear everything except for that Rule Kalos, it seems like. But
kamu nggak bisa nge-clear itu juga dong, apa callback-nya.
Two face downs.
Yeah, he hasn't used them. I imagine they have to be infinite impermanence he might be holding on to for quite some time if that is in his deck list.
Maybe a second.
He knows that when you're going second or when Tier Limit's trying to have the backlash, you want to save an infinite impermanence for something like Zeus.
Interesting. I mean,
di OCG ada teknik tertentu itu namanya deck stacking dan itu tuh cheating. Kalau kamu ketahuan, kamu bisa didiskualifikasi dari turnamen. Jadi Mas Rido ngomong begitu tuh. Itu tuduhan serius loh. Kalau kamu mau menuduh orang cheating itu harus ada dasarnya. Kalau nggak nanti diperkarakan sama Konami. Jangan ngomong gitu, hati-hati.
So the Abyssbiller didn't battle.
No, so I'm guessing there is no.
Nah itu deck stacking, itu cheating.
But maybe that was a little bit of mind games because does Quantal Think know that?
Does Quantal think that?
Does Quantal think that? We do have the Dark Charmer coming out here. Link climbing slightly. Maybe we'll take the Happiness. And now go.
Curious, bukan Elf. Aku nggak lihat panah yang atasnya. Aku bilang curious.
As long as your opponent has a dark, when you don't have those level 2s on board,
Yeah.
you can go into that link too.
But the Diviner.
I love Diviner in tier limits. It gives you access to Baron.
Curangnya itu kalau kartunya ditumpuk, kemudian setelah kamu kocok, itu kamu kocoknya dengan pakai slide tangan lah. Itu curangnya. Kamu tahu orang yang tukang sulap yang bisa ngocok kartu bikin bagaimana? Kurang lebih seperti itu. Trik itu bisa dipelajarin. Tapi itu ya cheating. Kalau sampai kamu ketahuan sama judge, kamu didiskualifikasi, kamu bisa di-ban dari turnamen. Jadi saranku jangan bahas itu. Jangan bahas, jangan ngajarin, jangan cari tahu caranya, jangan bahas. Udah. Ini terakhir kali aku mau ngomong stacking. Berikutnya jangan diomongin.
Beautifully execution
By both sides.
Yeah.
Mas Pras, kalau kamu nyari orang yang mau duel, kayaknya ya nggak ada yang mau duel. Orang kita sekarang lagi nonton World kok semuanya. Mau duel, mau ini, mau itu, ya nggak ada yang mau. Kita lagi sibuk nonton. Hari ini nggak ada gladiatorial. Kita gladiatorial lagi. Kita gladiatorial lagi tahun depan, minggu depan, hari Jumat. Cek skornya 2-3. Ini skornya nih. Skor di sini. 2-3. Mas Maul, selamat datang. Senang rasanya waifu kita bisa bergabung di sini.
That's a good top deck. For sure.
Now, these next 3 cards sent to the graveyard will be crucial for Quantal Think.
Mas Rincan, udah jangan dibahas. Udah. Lewat. Kita berhenti ngomongin itu.
Yeah, cannot use the Reinhardt right now. Let's see if there is any activation afterwards.
Yeah, dark kind of cool in the.
Ya, Jumat depan non banish gladiatorial kita. Pakai banlist world, tapi ditambah semua kartu yang ada kata banishnya di ban.
Yeah, the only problem is that it needs to be linked summon. So right now we cannot use the effect to search if that goes away. Yeah.
Quantal Think we don't have confirmation if this is waiting to trigger something.
Ya, udah selesai. Mas Rido selesai. Jangan disenggung lagi, kita lewat. Move on. Turnamen aja.
Let's see. All down to that.
Jumat depan no banish. Ya. World plus no banish. Banlist aku akan link selalu di setiap description-nya. Selalu aku link. Tapi ditambah no banish. Master World Gladiatorial tapi no banish. Ya itu doang.
Is in a good spot. Could still go into a.
It's a close one. I mean, he might crash of their own. I think he might crash here. I mean, it's a difficult decision.
Yeah. I mean, really all you have is that root cause. He could go into a dark.
Yeah, because if you crash, you just go for your own dark, I guess.
Yeah.
But your opponent has the Mudora. We don't know if. I mean, I guess he has Mudora plus the snow.
Oh, yeah, the snow's huge. Yeah.
Oh, that's very important to track. That
Okay.
means the dark play is not really optional and forbidden
This is
droplet.
So he's going to be able to send this Scream as a cost, have that recall.
That is huge. Damage step, no interactions.
Banish removal, banish semuanya. Pokoknya semua kartu yang ada kata banishnya itu di ban untuk minggu depan, hari Jumat depan. Apapun itu, Snow di ban, Virtual World di ban, Shen di ban, Dim Fist di ban, di Shifter di ban. Pokoknya semua yang ada tulisan banishnya di ban. Banisher of the Light juga di ban, sama Remove from Play juga hitungannya. Mas Alrizal, selamat datang. Kita udah game 2.
Left in deck at this point. No, Chain will resolve.
Bestial juga kena, Exosister juga kena. Jadi banyak yang mati kalau no banish. Tapi harusnya bisa seru.
Wow. Already the 4th time he has activated that effect. Punished
It's his
28.
favorite card.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like at this point you're just out of resources. I imagine for Jesse Cotton, this
Yap, Albas dan Sword Soul juga kelihatannya akan mati. Aku nggak tahu kalau Sword Soul ya.
gonna be rough. I guess the same could be said for Quantal Think. This is not the ideal field state.
Just one face down. That's all he has left in this duel. And now plays back to Jesse. We could even see that Baron's Witch, but I think he doesn't. He hasn't negated anything with it.
No,
so
he has not.
You just keep it. It's a great
Target
card.
destruction, yeah. Probably hit that back
It has to
row.
be Prime, right? Tearless Prime? Oh, super.
It was
Super
Super Poly.
Oh, nice.
Nothing to really use the fusion effect for it. Wow.
2 Super Polys set in that turn 1. And now Jesse Cotton has essentially an open field to play through.
Bright Spring can send merrily and get you start to fusion summon.
Oh,
That's
this
great.
is not looking good for Quantal Think.
This is looking like it will be all down to the game 3 with the 3-3 score.
This duel required an extreme level of...
Nah ini baru seru, nggak kayak tadi turn 1 board, turn 2 nggak bisa break, turn 3 mati. Ini udah selesai.
Playing through the super quali, playing through the kick close.
Labrin zaman jebot, Mulai bikin deck untuk minggu depan, no banish gladiatorial. Kita kan no negate udah pernah. Aku pengen lihat no banish kayak apa.
Jesse is just one of the best the game has ever seen. So.
One of the greatest I've ever seen.
Evenly mati. Jadi cari board breaker lainnya. Raigeki.
Make this competitive. This duel delivered everything you could have asked for in the mirror matchup.
I love me a tier limit mirror match.
Kita udah kasih kesempatan minggu lalu untuk evenly berjaya. Minggu depan waktunya kartu lain.
And that's it. So
Mirror Tier, Dueler Turbo, ya itu dia. No Mirror Jet bahagia banget Mas Action, no Mirror Jet. Hah?
Gonna leave just a few left to his opponent. That's it. One more card, but
can you do it?
I know the other is just
850. Let's go!
Just
He has to use every card he has left to clear the card.
Fairy Tale Snow for the game. We thought
Snow.
Turn, but he does. 2-1.
Nice hit.
And we got a tied series.
It's all tied up. I couldn't ask for a better match. I'm glad Jesse got to put on the show. Both of them playing incredible. That's what I love about the tier limit mirror match. You really get to bring out the best in the players. You have to really be calculating everything, knowing when to use your Medora.
Nggak sekalian normal monster, Mas Raka, karena strategi tanpa banish itu masih banyak yang jalan. Sky Striker tanpa multi roll, tanpa Shark Cannon, Sky Striker apalagi yang hilang. Sky Striker banyak yang hilang.
Always quite advantageous. You just have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, not everyone would do it, but there's a reason that the one who did it.
Sprint ngebantu buat tier, karena sprint itu bisa buang Merly.
That turn, and I mean, I remember back in the day, Jesse was doing the same for the TCG. It was like, I know I'm better than most duelists, so...
Apa iya Snow bakalan di-ban?
You send those cards, that means there are more options. The game gets more complicated.
Mas Al bilang Shiranui Goti mati, aku bilang, dude, Branded mati, Exorcister mati, Sword Soul mati. Berapa banyak yang mati? Bukan nggak perlu mereka yang mati. Nggak perlu mereka yang mati, orang deck papan atas saja banyak yang mati kok. Kalau menurutku tema gladiatorial yang bagus itu yang ngehit dari atas sampai ke bawah, deck yang paling meta di hit sampai deck yang tidak meta pun kena hit.
Refresh yourself for another duel.
Take a breath.
But now,
position juga.
Elimination process, we do know the final matchup, so maybe we can speculate about how we think that's gonna happen.
I'm down.
Because as we have seen now, it's down to Quantum Fink. The decision is, does he want to play tier element for the third time, or does he want to switch over, and he's gonna be up against Raymond Dai to decide.
Kamu kalau mau bikin tier tanpa shuffler, yang perlu diingat, Elf juga kena, Kid Kalos juga kena.
In that last duel, what do we think about Sword Soul versus tier elements?
I don't think.
Jadi nggak tahu bagus atau enggak.
I think I much rather stick with the Sprite.
Okay.
So that could be. I would definitely stick with the tier element if I was Quantum Fink. But on the
buat deck synchro, bagusan Sword Soul daripada RDA. RDA itu meme.
So it's coming down to Josh versus Jesse in the finals.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
You could not write it better.
Oh, we did.
Untuk synchro Sword Soul paling bagus menurutku untuk sekarang ini. Synchro itu sangat solid. Sword Soul itu sangat solid.
If you know anybody who is not watching live right now, shoot them a message, give them a call. You have to.
Ini ngomongin apa sih? OCG atau Master Duel? Kalau di Master Duel tetap synchro, kalau di tetap Sword Soul, kalau di di paper juga tetap Sword Soul sih. Kamu tahu kalau Sword Soul masuk final paper, RDA nggak masuk final paper, bahkan nggak kelihatan RDA. Jadi bagusan Sword Soul jauh. Bagusan Sword Soul jauh. Master Duel pun juga sama. Sword Soul lebih bagus jauh. Sword Soul ada yang masuk nggak sih sampai ke 8 gede kemarin? Ada yang bikin Sword Soul nggak sih kemarin itu? Kayaknya aku nggak ingat. Tapi ya, ada alasannya kenapa kita nggak lihat RDA sepanjang Master Duel, sepanjang paper. Kalau kamu mau bikin di Master Duel, saranku Sword Soul aja. Sword Soul aja.
Yeah. And at the same time, at the moment, he is the one who is at least feeling like he's letting his team down with the Zo Ochu starter, while Raymond, the leader, is really carrying him. So I would expect Ryan now to
Ada,
push,
ya,
get
bagus.
that win
Berarti
for the
benar,
final round.
Sorsol lebih solid masih.
Otherwise, I think he would be quite disappointed.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
So we just got the tournament mirror to be the decider of that last round.
Yeah.
The other two matches are going to split 1-1, the other
Yeah,
two duels.
yeah.
And then it's Labyrinth Mirror. And that's going to determine Worlds. Nobody else is playing Labyrinth. It wasn't on other players' radars, other teams' radars, but the two teams that made finals chose to play that deck. I feel like there'd be some
I'm
potion.
down.
Labyrinth Mirror katanya. Apa iya?
We might get to see that one on stream. I think.
Manadium nggak kedengeran karena Manadium itu
And I'm pretty sure we get to see Emre.
menurutku sih jelek, entahlah.
So
Yeah.
that would be a good.
Nggak tahu.
I mean, just speaking to it, if Ryan did lose the first two games as he did, I wouldn't count him to lose 3 in a row. So
Exactly.
this is it's all in his favor. I
We
believe.
know he's a good duelist. We know
Oh,
he's got it in
incredible.
him.
World champion.
I imagine that the audience will be voting for one particular duel, though. Maybe the Jesse versus Josh. We'll see if we're treated with that
Yeah,
one or what it will be
absolutely.
at the end. As it does often rotate around. So, but either way, I mean, we'll see it on the screen. I can't believe. I mean, this is why we were so excited for this match, is because we get to
Kalau
see
main
that
sinkro, Nachuria Runic juga bagus. Tapi Nachuria Runic itu
Even better because if the
nggak toolboxing kayak ini sih, dia lebih ke arah resource control. Jadi playstyle-nya antara Nachuria Runic sama Sword Soul itu beda. Kalau Nachuria Runic sama Sword Soul bagusan mana? Kelihatannya ya bagusan Sword Soul karena Sword Soul masih tier di MDM, sementara Nachuria Runic itu di sini dibawa
Let us play out
karena
the
format World itu beda. Jadi kalau kamu mau bikin
It does determine the winner.
deck yang solid antara RDA sama Sword Soul, jelas Sword Soul. Antara Nachuria Runic sama Sword Soul kelihatannya kuatan Sword Soul. Tapi kalau kamu mau have fun, Nachuria Runic juga fun. Jadi pilihannya menurut saran Mas Mol untuk main Nachuria Runic pun saran yang bagus untuk dipertimbangkan. Kalau kamu mau bikin deck synchro. Jadi itu benar.
Take all of them and sweep, which is very hard to do. We haven't seen many teams. I don't think we've seen any team do it on stream.
Di Dueling Book itu karena dia website bahasa Inggris, jadi mereka catering ke format TCG.
One more.
Nggak heran.
While the players are getting ready on the stage for what could be their biggest duel, definitely the biggest duel of the year, maybe biggest duel in their careers so far, being the first
I would
ever
say so.
Master Duel World Champion.
Kalau anti meta,
Time to go over some of the other matches.
Mas KKY anti Shuffle dihitung banis dong, karena dia kan harus membanis dirinya sendiri untuk mengaktifkan efeknya, Mas Michael Giovanni. Semua kartu yang membanis, pokoknya yang ada tulisannya banis atau remove from play, semuanya di ban. Entah dia membanis dirinya sendiri, entah dia membanis orang lain, entah efeknya ke trigger kalau dia ke banis. Pokoknya kita nggak ada kartu banis.
To the series.
Banis zone dianggap hilang. Sama juga dengan remove from play ya, jadi jangan bilang, oh kartu ini nggak membanis kok. Actually kartu ini nggak membanis, kartu ini remove from play. Nggak peduli. Jangan main teknikalitas.
And as confirmed, it is Josh against Jesse, Quantal against Ray.
Anti meta itu apa sih? Labyrinth, Exosister. Exosister sekarang lebih bagus daripada Fluandris.
One last time, one last decision.
Cuma Exosister harus go first. Fluandris juga sih.
Long year of competition.
And see, look at Ryan crossing his fingers for that coin flip.
Labyrinth juga anti meta hitungannya. Anti meta itu tuh Sky Striker, Exosister, Labyrinth. Silahkan pilih yang manapun yang mau kamu mau.
Hey, I read the right deck to choose
Yeah.
into what they are picking. We'll have
Come on, Jesse Cotton versus Joshua Smith.
Let's take a look at these coin flips. Could be a good one. And as
Bukan?
expected, we are seeing Emre.
Exo Sisters being
Ash Blossom? Gak ada.
Did not go for the Labyrinth deck.
Yeah.
Table B, I see a Primeval Planet Pelorano getting stopped.
Kalau ada normal monster yang punya kata banis ya di ban juga udah sama.
Josh, actually,
Pokoknya ada kata banis atau remove from play di ban.
Josh
Udah itu aja. Nggak usah ribet. Nah, tapi kartu ini normal nggak peduli. Tapi kartu ini tulisannya nggak peduli. Nggak peduli.
a complete
Ada tulisannya banis atau remove from play nggak peduli. Ban. Untuk minggu depan saja.
Not ideal.
Gonna add Vadis off of the packs. So the thing
Mas Raka mikirnya load rate terus sih. Jangan gitu ah.
leaves the graveyard, moves them somewhere else, you're going to be able to use them as the one card materials to exceed some of those Exorcism monsters as a quick effect.
And some of their back row is able to set that up for them as well.
Very
so
true.
we'll see what Carmano wants to do here on the follow-up and what Carmano is playing in this matchup.
Oof. But I see that normal summon Mudora as well, which is gonna be huge. But now, back to it.
Sophia lets him draw a card there.
Yeah. So, the question is...
Mana Mas Vulkan nih? Bahagia banget nih deck waifu. Ya, Maxi balas Maxi.
That's not gonna be
That's
helpful at all.
fine. Let's see what Carmona
Response,
decided to go for.
Ash Blossom.
Just
Mana?
went for the straight up read that's Dragon Link. Because otherwise
Yeah.
it makes no sense to use this Maxi here.
Ada satu rumor, Mas Mol, kalau Konami nge-ban Fluanderis itu karena Fluanderis itu begitu orang normal summon Robina banyak yang surrender. Jadi mereka tuh kayak seolah-olah
Just activate the
saking
Maxi
toxic dan unfunnya sampai-sampai mereka nge-ban. Salah satu alasannya untuk itu juga. Termasuk juga karena murah dan efektif.
That's a huge
Tapi maksudnya lebih ke arah orang benci banget, sebegitu bencinya dengan Fluanderis. Jadi alasan untuk di-ban-nya bukan karena kuat, tapi karena sangat dibenci. Lebih ke arah itu, walaupun bukan berarti menyangkal kekuatan dari Fluanderis ya. Tapi itu baru rumor, maksudnya apakah betul atau enggak ya? Entahlah. Tapi hey,
That one.
Henshin time, 3 Exorcister berubah.
You can use these Extra Sisters.
I believe so.
That's the amazing feature. So.
Because the opponent moved a card from the graveyard.
I think that's why Carmona was taking the.
Aku nggak tahu benar atau enggaknya alasan utamanya karena murah.
Tells me this is
Ada rumornya seperti itu. Pokoknya ya itu yang tahu ya cuma Konami.
See someone maybe from Mikalis
Is
or
there-
Ophil.
Another, this is tough.
You could lock out the graveyard also with Capstone.
all the Exorcister fans are ecstatic right now.
I mean, yeah, being able to trigger all 3 Exorcister monsters, having 3 different namespaces on the field to access all the different Exorcister extra deck monsters. I don't remember talking to you about Magnifica being an Exo Sisters.
Yep.
Because there's 2 of them on there.
Magnifica, udah ngomong.
And the effect, it can attack twice. I love it how it all comes together. These paranormal investigators going to the extra deck.
Michaelis coming out to start things off. Let's see what the other 2 decisions are. How do we feel about Dragon Link's ability to get through a field like this?
It's tough. He's going to need some sort of card to deal with
really
the
tough.
board. The Mikalis has that quick effect to banish.
Yep.
The Capsule can lock out the graveyard. But if there's a deck that can do it, Dragon Link might be able to have enough ways to push through it.
Maybe this would come down to Table B then. Because Table A, it still looks like Jessica's in a dominant position based on the setup from Josh. Table B, Sprite versus Tearlament.
But we're seeing
Sofiel.
an amazing
Satunya lagi apa? Jibrin.
So
Yeah.
it's looking like I think Team Blue has the advantage for now, but
Ya di call salah, nggak di call salah.
Watch,
Sofiel's
lightning
gonna-
storm right here from Carmona. Let's see it.
He's still not going to be able to use that graveyard since Sofiel's
Yeah.
summoned.
so honestly that cold buy was not an easy decision.
Jibrin. Ya Jibrin. Kamu punya satu negate, satu aktivasi kartu graveyard di lockdown, dan kamu punya satu
Card
banish.
effects in the
Bagus
graveyard.
banget.
Tough.
Yep.
No card effect, negate, dan
Going to be
udah.
difficult for Carmona to try and climb out of this one. Dark
Wow, nice!
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice timing, nice timing.
changes everything.
I think the timing of him thinking on the call by really wanting to use it might have been a bait, making him think that he was having a tough decision, but he really wanted to force out all those effects just so he could Dark Ruler no more. Either way, it wouldn't matter too much, but definitely exciting here for Ryan Yu if he has any follow-up.
Yeah, at the same time, no card.
Nggak masalah, nggak masalah. Kalau masih ada Fadis masih bagus.
Yep.
So
Dia bisa trigger lagi, dia bisa summon Jibrin dan Michaelis kedua yang efeknya nggak ke negate. Selama 2 itu masih nggak dipakai, masih bisa.
Yeah, I can play with. It does not end here for Carmona. Ryan has a lot more.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Have space.
and at the same time on table A, when you drew a lot of bestials, although you break, those are amazing against Tearlament, and it seems
Yeah.
like Josh is still in a good position now. Yeah.
Yeah, facing down just the Time Thief Redoer and the Tearlament Scream. Not too much in opposition there. But we see Chaos Space being activated here from Ryan.
Mano
That quick
Iwato.
effect of Rocket Tracer to destroy the Chaos Space.
Yep.
He's going to be locked into Dark Monsters from the extra deck, but he's going to be able to special summon a level 4 Rocket from the deck like Rocket Recharger.
And still get the effect of Chaos Space. One of the powerful parts of this Dragon Link. And it's Chaos Dragon Levianeer that's picked up.
Great at breaking boards.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Dragon Link masih sangat berjaya mau di Master Duel dan di itu pun. Walaupun formatnya ya,
You get that.
kalau format full power nggak juga.
That's great.
We're going to use the Returnia now.
So he got the Vadis because he already had the Returnia.
Yeah, that was unknown, and that's a great one.
So this
Okay.
is going to let him go into Magnifica.
Atau banish 2. Magnifica juga bisa banish sih.
And I believe, yeah, that's normal summon.
Satu.
Banish the Tracer out. They're gonna get rid of the Tuner.
Magnifica. Bikin Magnifica, jadi kamu bisa banish satu lagi, terus switch ke Michaelis, banish satu lagi.
Wonder what other options now.
This is quite tough, because now obviously the Magnifica is not affected by the Dark Ruler no more.
Yep.
Has that quick effect to banish as well, along with being able to tag it or put another Exceed monster on top of it when your opponent activates a card or effect. So he's going to try and get the dragons off the field before they can go into something like Striker Dragon.
Yep.
This is not looking
Two
good.
cards in hand.
Yeah, he still has to deal with the Vadis as well.
The last
Ryan
card.
has Abyssal Magnum.
Vadis. Nice!
Yeah, from Ryan.
But now we see the Vadis, and the thing is, those Exorcister will be able to use their effects. Obviously, those who have not yet.
Very true, very true. The layers to the interactions you can have to where you don't have to commit all
Kamu masih bisa bikin Michaelis dan Jibrin kedua.
You play through something like Dark Ruler no more. Fantastic.
I think Ryan realizing that crossing your fingers sometimes just curses you, didn't I?
I don't cross my fingers. I cross my fingers.
Wow. Mengagumkan melihat Exorcister masih seperti ini.
And as you can
enggak, cuma satu doang yang berubah.
The only Exorcister case we have seen 3 already activating that effect this turn.
But this one can use its effect, and we got another
Michaelis. Yes.
Michaelis will be able to use that effect to banish now.
Yeah.
We're just
back. Banish.
I think Ryan is in tough spot.
Yeah, I don't imagine this.
Nice henshin, yes.
It's over.
I
think
udah mati. Udah mati di tempat dia.
Just told his teammates about this. If there is nothing in the grave area, this is about.
Ruiz Form pun nggak bisa apa-apa udah.
Table A, super polymerization coming down. Oh, that's really good for Josh. Oh no, it's actually Jesse's.
Yeah, it's Jesse's using it, but. Here, as you mentioned, it seems like Carmano will go with that 0-free performance in the finals. Unfortunately, heartbreaking for him.
That is heartbreaking. Hoping that the rest of the team's able to get them across the finish line. This would be
kalau di Bestial kamu bisa
4 out of 5 duels won necessary to be champions.
I mean, this might be one of the strongest starts I've ever seen from Exorcisters, even into a Max C.
Absolutely. I've never seen that many Exquisite summoned,
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And having both traps is tough.
Yeah. Through the Maxi.
Still in hand. We're still going deeper into this one. We got enough damage on the field. Do we just hit in now? Battle phase. Emre looking to end it.
28. 28.
One duel away from being the first ever Master Duel World Champion.
25.
And that's it. Once again, Emre winning.
Emre, an incredible performance. Team win or lose, and an individual performance for the ages.
Nice. Exorcister, good game.
Ray has to win this game for his team, otherwise it will be all over.
Kenapa mereka kayaknya nggak mau nunjukin Jesse Cotton versus Joshua Smith sih? Itu selesai malah ganti ke Ray Quantal Thing. Come on.
Earlier on, I'm guessing.
Aku udah punya Exorcister. Aku bisa bilang kalau gamemu di rank itu biasanya nggak seperti itu. Tapi kalau kamu mau buat ya silakan aja. Mas Raka, 1 poin lagi bener.
You mentioned if a team wins 2 duels, that third doesn't even matter.
And that third, the hyped up match we talked about, Jesse against Joshua, might not even matter for the World Championship title.
And that one looks close too. That's not decided either. Quantal Think in a very powerful field state right now.
You can see Raymond shaking his head. I think he knows.
No. Ray's not feeling it. Table C already went to Snipe Hunters. They just need one more victory.
And this might be it.
And this is still on Ray's turn in main phase 2. So Quantal Think will have an entire other turn to go deeper into the engine.
Here comes Drago Stapelia.
Get out more cards. Drago Stapelia on the field.
Kalau buat koleksi doang nggak masalah bisa.
Back to Quantal, who is just moments away from possibly becoming a world champion and carrying his teammates alongside
6,600 life points is all that stands between Quantal Think and a world championship title. one set monster as well. If we want to
Yang pakai nick Ray tidak lolicon, itu namanya Raymond. Kamu pakai nick Mall itu, namamu siapa? Molana. Tolong jangan ngomongin jam dong, mata duitan banget sih kalian. Come on, nikmatilah sport ini untuk sportnya, jamnya itu tuh sekunder. Jangan jamnya yang dimajuin.
This is a high pressure moment. Lost the mirror match in tier elements, but a couple of attacks directly will win the duel, will win championships, and there you have it. Quanto Think has done it for the team. Snipe Hunters, the European representatives, are your first ever Master Duel World Champions.
Aku meragukan Snipe Hunters dan mereka. Wow.
You, Joshua Schmidt, Emery, and Quantal Think.
Hey, untuk teman-teman yang dari tadi ngomongin jam, aku sumpahin kalian semua nggak ada yang menang.
And as mentioned, in the end, that one match did not even matter between Joshua
Come on, jangan ngomongin jam begini dong.
By everyone involved in this finals, great matches, 9 unbelievable games. Wow.
Everyone carrying their weight from Snipe Hunters, Joshua Schmidt, Jack Rory.
Akhirnya Joshua Smith 5 kali percobaan dan di tembakan yang kelima dadunya kelempar ke angka 5.
And there they are.
Yang dapat jam cuma 250 orang, tapi seolah-olah masing-masing tuh kayak ngarep banget. Aku mau jam sampai baru aku mau bertanya-tanya mentalitas macam apa kalian di mana kalian baru ngelihat pemenang Master Duel World pertama baru lahir di depan mata kalian, dan yang kalian bisa pikirin adalah yes, aku dapat 2 pack.
Free new world champion.
Dua tarikan, bukan 2 pack, 20 pack. Tolong jangan begitulah.
I have no words. Thank you so much for rooting. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. We have no words.
Joshua Smith, mohon maaf aku meragukanmu. Aku nggak akan meragukanmu lagi.
But here we are, and yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
応援ありがとうございます。ここまでいけるとは思っていませんでしたが、ここまでいけて非常に嬉しく思っております。
Deserve. Sayangnya cuma gamenya nggak ditunjukin dan gamenya akhirnya nggak penting. Deserve.
Round of applause for the champions.
Mas Rido juga udah nggak usah ngomongin dapat nggak dapat, udah nggak penting. Jam itu nggak penting, cuma 250 orang yang dapetin. Jangan kita mentalitasnya gara-gara mau ngejar jam, kemudian ngelihat ini tuh cuma mau aku dapat jam atau nggak, aku dapat jam atau nggak. Tolong jangan gitu.
Much new things on the line. The first time ever we got to enjoy that amazing graphics.
Deserve.
At the same time on the screen. It was a treat, but I think it's deserving. They were the only team that in the first 2 rounds won both.
Mas Raka, kayaknya Josh itu nggak akan pakai deck yang dia tunjukin di streamnya deh, karena stream sniping, kamu tahu, untuk mempersiapkan bagi turnamen terpenting seumur hidupnya dia, dan juga turnamen pertama World di Master Duel. Apa iya sih dia bakal bocorin decklistnya di stream begitu, di mana semua orang di seluruh dunia bisa stream snipe dia? Kayaknya enggak. Skornya udah 45, bukan udahan. Skornya 45, Mas Mol udah menang, betul.
Someone I consider the greatest player of all time, almost, for the TCG.
So
udah 45 skornya. Tipis banget.
Congratulations to Josh, congratulations to Europe, as you will be very proud of your champions. With that said, we're going to send it to a short break before we are back with the TCG and the OCG that will be coming up next, and we will crown champions there right after this.
Emang udah diumumin yang di Master Duel itu itunya? Udah dapat apa hadiahnya langsung sekarang? Kalau gitu aku sambil makan sambil ngecek Master Duel dulu deh. Tunggu update bener kan? Kelihatannya tunggu update bener. Tapi aku mau makan dulu sambil kita nunggu, sambil kita ngobrol-ngobrol deh ya. Sambil aku mau ngecek ini dulu. Lapar nggak kuat. Nah, kalau loading. Aku ngambil makan dulu ya, jangan kemana-mana. Notification, loadingnya lama banget. Makan dulu lah. Oke. Teman-teman yang masih nonton sampai sekarang, duel room cepet banget. Kamu mau? Aku lanjut paper, ya. Aku akan nonton final paper. Emang kita mau buat? Tadinya aku udah cheer ke Snipe Hunter. Karena aku pikir, oke, Joshua Smith. Kelihatannya kamu bakal menang. Belum, aku baru manasin, sorry. Terus setelah aku research, oke, to the future kelihatannya lebih stack. Tapi yang nggak juga. Snipe Hunter. Joshua Smith, maafkan aku yang sudah meragukanmu. Rewardnya tuh top 4, ya ini nggak penting lah. 2000 jam nggak terlalu penting lah. Tapi ya deserve. Mau duel room apa? Sword Soul lawan Dragon Link. Nggak sia-sia bergadang buat top. Kemarin aku ngerekam baru sampai round 2 grup A, baru sampai salah satu yang ini, tapi nanti aku selesain deh. Mau duel room? Kalau mau duel room aku buatin. Terserah kalian mau pakai apa. Tuh langsung masuk aja, aku makan dulu. Barusan microwave selesai bunyi. aku yakin teman-teman pasti belum siap dengan decklist yang no banisnya. Jadi kalau kamu mau main pakai banlist World silakan, mau main pakai banlist Master Duel aja silakan. Pokoknya bebas lah. Ini impromptu doang. Main sana. Nggak gabung dulu, ya udah nggak masalah. Yang mau join langsung aja join. Udah itu aja. Aku nggak ikut main, aku makan dulu. Kita sambil nunggu World itu masih dalam 30 menit, jadi timingnya bagus banget untuk istirahat. Kalau kamu mau main ya silahkan main. Taunya Josh dan Jessica doang. Iya, Josh lebih meme dan Josh lebih menang akhirnya. Tanda tangan Hosiji Circular membawa kemenangan, ha? Astaga. Kalau gitu aku masukin referensi untuk banlist World-nya aja dulu ya. Kalau teman-teman yang mau main pakai banlist World silahkan. Banlist sudah aku pasang di description dari stream ini. Jadi kalau kamu lupa dengan kartu apa yang di ban, silakan banlist itu. Hari ini aku makan kari ayam. Aku masak sendiri. Di rumah ini aku yang tugas masak. Rika versus. Baru masuk kok. Udah apa? Udah langsung nunggu teman aja. Deck non banlist ya udah nggak masalah lah. Kalau mau non banlist, mau pakai banlist, mau terserah, udah bebas. Hari ini tuh nggak ada aturannya. Yang win yang makan nasi goreng, yap, Quantal Thing yang makanan favoritnya nasi goreng. Jadi go Indonesia. Nanti malam aku masak nasi goreng kah? Kari ayamnya aja masih banyak. Aku masak kari ini ya, sepanci gede isi 5 liter. Buat makan serumah berdua aku sama bapakku. Ho. Lah kok. Aku pikir BGM-nya dari streamnya itu kenceng, tapi nggak juga. Ya udah, aku biarin aja begini aja dulu. Ini pakai banlist World atau banlist bebas punya nih? Oh, bebas. Spread up jelas bebas. Aku nggak tahu Mas Al itu pakai banlist World atau banlist bebas. Jamnya 250 orang yang dapat. Tapi yang dapatnya 2000. Menjadi 20 pack. Jamnya bukan cuma 250, tapi 250 orang yang mendukung Snipe Hunters akan dapat 2000 jam. Nah, kalau kamu ban this word ya udahlah, quit aja. Nih. Hari ini tanpa banlist world. Silakan nikmati full power tier. Aku hapus aja banlistnya. Bawa deck terkuatmu kalau gitu. Sana. Ya udah pakai deck apa deh? Deck Arif, Mas Arif masuk aja udah pakai deck apapun. Silakan. Oh, Achan lagi on the way. Good. Mas Arif, ada Mansi Better, Block Dragon nggak di-ban hari ini, silahkan bawa. Bawa deckmu yang paling kuat. Full power, hari ini full power. Hari ini free, bebas. Hari ini nggak pakai word, bawa maximu, bawa semua yang kamu mau bawa hari ini. Ayo Mas Arif, kamu keluarin Fantasy of Adamancy Better, aku tunjukin kayak apa bentuknya. Ketika aku bilang hari ini bebas itu maksudnya yang ngikutin banlist Master Duel, bukan bebas unlimited total. Gimana sih? Hari ini untuk merayakan Master Duel, pemenangnya kita bebas. Maksudku unlimited bukan unlimited itu. Kita punya waktu 30 menit. 20 menit, 21 menit, 22. Sampai word mulailah. Habis itu kalau mau gladiatorial lagi ya boleh, silakan. Aku baru lihat di stream kalau rambutku mana. Ini apa itu naik begitu? Maxi loh dari tadi. Maxi boleh deh. Tuh Mas Rincan mau main Mami punya. Udah makan nasi, masih juga makan jeruk 2 butir. Aku berasa kurang enak badan, jadi aku makan banyak vitamin C udah. Wow. Apa aja? Apollousa dan Baron itu target bagus untuk Super Poli kelihatannya. Kamu juga ikutan lapar lah. Rep card is activated, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Banish 2. Mas Rincan juga ikutan lapar. Aku belum makan dari siang. Baru sekarang, baru jam 2:30. Dah, bye-bye. Ya, kurang lebih begitulah ada Emancipator. Piye kabare, penak zamanku toh. Penak zamanku toh, tanpa Block Dragon, tanpa Maxi, tanpa Snow, tanpa apapun. Kalau kamu kasih dia go first, kamu nggak punya Maxi, atau nggak punya hand trap, atau nggak punya apapun. Kalau kamu nggak punya Dark Ruler, ya udah bye-bye. Hasta la bye-bye. Reblock the block. Ada Emancipator. Orang-orang bilang unlock the block, unblock the block, nggak reblock the block. Blackwing versus Sacred Beast. Wow, oke. Iya, kalau ngadepin ada Emancipator, emang kalau kamu nggak punya Dark Ruler juga udah susah. Ada apa sih dengan rambutku ini kok satu nongol begini? Halo, halo. What the hell? Ada apa dengan rambutku? Kalau dari pengalaman kemarin ceritanya, Kali Yuga, ini bukan Kali Yuga, ini deck Red Raptor, PK, Blackwing, Red Raptor ya Dark Bird lah. Mas Al, Sword Soul itu deck meta kok. Kalau kamu udah punya Sword Soul, itu kamu udah punya deck meta. Kecuali kalau kamu mau deck meta yang lain. Buddies, let's go. Deckmu kayak apa, Mas Al? Kalau kamu go second dikalahin terus ya bawa hand trap, bawa staple, apa yang kurang? Apa yang kurang? Deck Sword Soul itu masih sangat kompeten banget. Kamu tahu kan kalau Sword Soul itu jadi finalis untuk paper? Di paper hari ini kita nanti akan nontonnya Sword Soul versus Dragon Link, Worm versus Dragon, naga lawan naga. Yang satu dragon betulan, yang satu Phantom Dragon. Kamu tahu kalau Worm itu dalam OCG namanya Genryu, artinya Phantom Dragon. Jadi ya, Sword Soul naga lawan Dragon Link naga, naga lawan naga. Sword Soul versus Bestial malah. Menarik kan? Ada game lainnya udah mulai apa? Oke, itu jadi botek. Ban lo ngapain di tribute? Oh, buat itu. $21 dan 7.000. Aku mau bilang Miss Lethal, padahal harusnya kamu nyerang pakai Rusty Bardis dulu, tapi ya nggak juga, sebetulnya sama aja udah lethal. Well done. menit menuju paper. Good game. Sangat interaktif, sangat bahagia. Menit lagi kita mulai World. Aku mau selesaiin makan dulu sebelum 12 menit. Rip versus Aris lagi. Aku jadi penasaran dengan deck Blackwingmu. Kalau kamu punya listnya boleh di-share di Discord. Kalau mau nge-share, aku pengen lihat listnya kayak apa. Lumayan kompeten sih. Apa yang lebih serem dari satu virus? Yap, 2 virus. Tiga protos itu paling kepake cuma untuk deck Sword Soul 60 kartu. Kalau kamu mau belajar Sword Soul, belajar dari Pak TCG. Dia main Sword Soul di Master Duel dan kombonya Sword Soul di Master Duel itu nggak linear, nggak selinear yang orang-orang bilang. Kalau aku malah merasa semoga paper game 2 sama 3 ada auto blowout. Supaya Konami itu akhirnya sadar bahwa kita nggak bisa banlist tuh setengah-setengah kayak begini. Kartu ini, kartu itu di ban. Ban banyak. Sekali ban langsung disalipkan banyak kartunya. Ikabu kena, anti-spell kena, lain-lainnya kena semuanya. Langsung sekali banlist itu sampai 50-100 kartu yang di ban. Aku pengen kayak begitu. Kalau paling cuma 12 doang. Nah, no. Kamu udah kehilangan pemain. Kamu udah nggak bisa narik pemain lewat Master Duel. Kamu udah didiskusikan semua ini dengan shareholdernya Konami. Oke? Kita nggak bisa maju begini terus. Yu-Gi-Oh kehilangan pemain dan Konami merasakannya. Konami udah bahas itu di shareholder meeting. Apa yang akan kamu perbuat akan fakta itu? Itu doang. Kalau masih nggak ngapa-ngapain, ya udah siap-siap aja game ini bakal KO sebentar lagi. Come on, koreksi course-nya. Taruh piring dulu. Yang sekarang ini muat apa? Acan nanya apa? Yang sekarang ini kita lagi main Master Duel cuma lagi for fun doang. Kita lagi nunggu final paper dalam 6 menit ceritanya di websitenya. Jadi tungguin aja karena kita akan nonton itu juga. Kalau bandlistnya benar-benar matiin sebuah archetype juga bisa bikin pemainnya males main. Tapi kalau bandlistnya itu membolehkan kartu-kartu blowout, pemainnya juga males main. Caranya adalah mematikan kartu-kartu non-engine yang sedemikian di-generate-nya. Tapi tidak mematikan engine-nya sendiri. Menurutku gitu aja, kecuali kalau kayak jenisnya Crystron, Hulky Vibrax, kayak jenisnya Sprite, Elf, kayak jenisnya Tearlaments, Kit Kalos yang terlalu kuat. Itu yang perlu dibunuh, ya perlu dibunuh juga. Kalau kemarin itu kan Konami dikritik karena hit terhadap beberapa engine SHS yang kesannya terlalu keras. Selama nggak sampai FTK menurutku nggak masalah, nggak usah sampai di hit sekeras itu gitu. Tapi yang perlu di hit itu ya anti-spellnya, Pikabunya, skill drainnya, Gozen Rivalry-nya, yang seperti itu yang perlu di hit. Floodgate pada dasarnya. Dan Maxi. Aku hampir berani taruhan bahwa setelah World ini Maxi tetap nggak akan di-ban. Kalau kita sial, kalau kita terutama betul-betul sial, mungkin mereka akan ngerilis Maxi Bundle sebagai peringatan peringatan euforianya World Master Duel. Dan kalau kita sampai dapat bundle Maxi, itu udah pada dasarnya peringatan halus bahwa Maxi gak akan pernah di-ban di Master Duel. Get over it, quit, move on, gitu. Aku nggak tahu sih apakah Maxi bakal di-ban. Never say never kan, tapi kayaknya nggak. 80% nggak bakal di-ban. Mas Acan cuma main Duel Links, main Master Duel juga kan. Bukan band staple tapi non-engine, jadi kayak tadi itu jenisnya. Maksudnya staple itu maksudnya gini, kartu-kartu archetype. Kartu archetype yang secara teori masuk bagian dari archetype, tapi secara praktek justru lebih banyak dibawa di luar archetype-nya. Kayak misalnya Crystron Hulky Vibrex, di mana deck yang bawa itu ya bukan Crystron. Yang bawa itu justru Sky Striker bawa. Yang bawa semua deck selain Crystron. Atau kayak jenisnya Sprite Elf yang tulisannya sih archetype-nya Sprite. Teorinya archetype-nya Sprite, tapi prakteknya tier bawa. Semua deck bawa, yang bisa bawa Sprite Elf bawa. Maksudnya itu seperti itu. Verte juga, Predaplan, Verte Anaconda. Padahal yang bawa ya PK. Jadi maksudnya kartu-kartu archetype yang generik. Archetype staple itu seperti itu. Teorinya archetypal, padahal prakteknya yang nggak peduli dengan archetype-nya. Dua menit 40 detik lagi World akan dimulai. Kalau World udah dimulai, aku akan nyelesain game ini. Habis itu kita quit. Room tetap akan dibuka. Kalau kamu mau main di roomnya, tetap akan dibuka. Tapi, apa iya kamu bakal main di... Wow! Apa iya kamu bakal main di roomnya? Udah kepake. Yang ini? Udah bye-bye. 2 menit. Udah nggak ada yang mau main, ya udah. Kita close aja roomnya, gimana? Tunggu itu aja. Udah tinggal 2 menit. Kayaknya tutup aja lah yang roomnya. Kalau mau dibuka dibiarin ya bisa sih. Biarin aja lah. Satu menit daily mission. Kamu mau main, kita tinggal 1 menit. Udah tinggal 1 menit, bener 1 menit tepat. Atau masih lama? Timernya hilang, jadi aku nggak tahu masih lama atau nggak. Ya udah main tuh, main. Masih ada 1 orang. Ayo join. Aku awasin ininya aja, streamnya aja, supaya kita tahu kalau kita udah mulai tuh langsung tahu. Nah, udah leave orangnya. Mas Aris di room. Siapa lagi yang mau main tuh? Oke, Chan main. Ya kita nonton. Aku sambil nungguin videonya juga. Sambil nungguin streamnya juga. Oh, lagi manjat. Ya udah. Branded turun lagi ke tier 3. Dragoning juga. Sprite tier 2 lagi. Sedikit lagi tier 1. Anyway, Labyrinth versus Dragon Spirit of White. Blue Eyes dengan rambut Kaiba. Wait, Kaiba rambutnya nggak panjang, sorry. Set 1, set 2, pas. Aku nggak tahu sabung waifu atau nggak, tergantung dari Mas Aichan pakai apa. Nggak telat kok, kita bentar lagi, aku lagi nunggu ini, jadi ini tuh cuma lagi selingan, kita gladiatorial itu tuh cuma lagi selingan nunggu finalnya paper, bukan berarti hari ini tuh khusus gladiatorial. Kalau untuk sekarang aku nggak tahu masih akan lama atau nggak papernya punya, tapi kalau kamu mau join ya join aja dulu, nggak masalah. Nanti kalau papernya udah siap, kita akan ganti alih stream. Papernya itu finalnya Sword Soul versus Dragon Link, Worm versus Dragon, Phantom Dragon versus True Dragon. Menurutmu yang menang siapa? Apakah naga sejati atau naga bayangan? Wow. Nggak. Eldritch lebih dibenci karena dia tuh mainnya ini Floodgate. Labyrinth juga sebetulnya dibenci juga kok. Tapi Labyrinth itu di zaman Labyrinth, Gozen, Rivalry, dan Skill Drain udah di limit. Di zaman Eldritch, kamu bawa 9 Floodgate. Di sini kamu paling bawa cuma 2, paling bawa cuma 3. Jadi menurutku yang gak heran juga kalau Eldritch lebih dibenci. Yang lebih dibenci itu ya Floodgate-nya. Dan di zaman Eldritch, selain 9 Floodgate tadi itu, kamu tahu ada 2 Floodgate yang masih legal juga? Io dan Vanity. 11 Floodgate satu deck. Di sini paling bawa 3. Kayak no brainer lah kalau Floodgate-nya yang lebih. Wow, big welcome Labyrinth. Labyrinth stun. Karena Labyrinth juga Labyrinth control, tapi juga Labyrinth control katanya. Bawanya di barrier, bawanya eradicator, bawanya skill drain, bawanya rivalry apa gozen salah satu. Jadi apa iya kontrol-kontrolan orang jelas-jelas stun.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 20.
Itu udah mulai.
We finally reached this final stage of our presentation.
Itu udah mulai. Ini game terakhir. Beresin, buruan menangin, beresin, selesai.
And with me, as he has been all weekend,
Udah mulai main, aku bakal switch. Mau ini selesai nggak selesai.
on Master Duel and Duel Links as well. How's that been?
Oh, it's been an honor to be able to watch the crown the world champion for Duel Links and Master Duel. Being able to watch both was incredible. I was really excited about the Master Duel Worlds. You know, I had horse on both sides of the races there on either team, and to watch Joshua Schmidt's teams walk away with the championship was phenomenal. And now I'm excited to see who's going to win here at the TCG. Maybe the first ever one from USA.
We will find out shortly, but we're also joined by Marcello, who's also pulling triple duty today.
Absolutely, and thank you. It was a pleasure to do commentary with Billy on the digital side. I'll return the favor, and I'm really happy to be here with you, Jerome, as well. And yeah, excited for the TCG.
Switch saja, orang belum mulai kok, belum mulai. Baru mereka baru ngomong. Nanti kalau udah mulai aku switch. Percayalah. Nanti, ini aja dulu.
Yeah, this is some really incredible matches so far this week.
Kecuali kalau kamu surrender, kita bisa switch sekarang.
I really recommend going back after
my God.
Day is over. Going back to the start, watching everything from the beginning, picking up everything you missed. There's just some absolutely fantastic duels, fantastic plays. It's really been a showcase of the best that dueling has to offer here in 2023. Now, we have crowned our champions in Duel Links and Master Duel already.
Oh my God.
And you know what that means? It's time to find out who the TCG Championship champion is going to be.
Yeah, I really can't wait to see.
Called by, cross out, Ash, dan kamu nggak berani nyerang karena kamu takut dia.
You played at the World Championship stage before. Yes. What is it like here? You not only played at, you've made the top cut. You've been on day 2. You made it all the way to top 4, I believe.
Yes.
What is it like? What's the pressure when you know that this is like something all the players, all the duelists have been looking forward to their entire dueling careers?
It's unbelievable, honestly. It's not close to anything else in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's still my best experience, although, as you mentioned it, in the end, I fell quite short in top 4, but you have an incredible crowd live here watching every single play, and the stage that is set up is something just out of this world, so the pressure can get you there. We have seen in the last round in Master Duel a team finals. There, if you get nervous, you can ask your teammates maybe to help you out. Now, just like Duel Links, you're on your own.
Indeed, and really the presentation today has been fantastic. The musical introduction was so good.
So good.
It was really fantastic. It reminds me of your Worlds, Billy, back in 2017 where we had that performance as well to start things off. And it's really fantastic to see the crowd getting so into it this year. And, it's hard not to with all the duels that we've seen today. There's been a lot of action all the way from the beginning. Duel Links, for example, we had the first on-screen sweep of the entire tournament, is that right?
Yeah, that was crazy. As you mentioned, we have had a lot of back and forth yesterday, but maybe we jinxed it in the introduction. We didn't mention. Maybe we're gonna see it, and Takagi just showing up that dominant trio, absolutely. But we did get to have a back and forth one in Master Duel down to the wire, down to that third set of games. So
Master Duel was really a fantastic match overall. I thought that Jesse was cooked in the middle of that duel.
Astaga, kalau udah leave aja ya.
So many times took out our connection in the back nine to come out front and finish watching the game.
5 times in the same game it was activated. That's
wow.
Yeah, it's really incredible. If you are playing Master Duel and you want to play tier elements and you want to learn how to navigate the mirror match, if you will, that's going to be a match you're going to want to go back and examine and study each and every action and learn why maybe he did the things he did, because it was incredible. Unfortunately, they fell in the finals there, but it went all the way.
Draw, reveal, destroy. Draw, reveal, destroy. Come on.
Down to the very wire. It was incredible, and I hope this match we have for the TCG is going to be just as clutch and incredible as that one.
That was tied.
Belum mulai, nggak masalah.
We are just moments away from finding out who the TCG World Champion is going to be. I'm so excited. We've seen both of these players on screen so far this week, so we know what decks they're playing. We've seen the matchup multiple times throughout the week. So we have an idea of what it's going to be like. But I've been back there with the players. I've heard the strategizing. There's two completely different approaches to this entire match between the two.
Iya, Labyrinth tanpa virus nggak ada ceritanya. Virus kan kayak floodgate udah pada dasarnya. Labyrinth itu deck. Deck itu kah? 16 15 3000 udah selesai. Ngapain lagi astaga? Buruan supaya kita bisa switch. Ah, lama lu.
I practiced a ton as much as I could. I always try to practice as much as I can for whatever the format is. I always, like I said, try to put in as much time as I can. I'm dedicated and I want to try to do
Good.
well.
Labyrinth menang lawan Labyrinth.
I would be extremely excited. Unexpected.
Cool.
And excited.
My name is Mateo Rentería.
Oke, waktunya switch.
Siento que estoy viviendo un sueño hecho realidad. La verdad es algo que estaba buscando desde hace mucho tiempo. Y estoy muy feliz de haber llegado hasta aquí y lo voy a dar todo para poder conseguir ese tan ansiado premio. Nada, yo espero y voy a dar lo mejor de mí para poder llevar ese trofeo para mi país.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023.
Itu bukan bahasa Latin, itu bahasa Peru. Peru bahasa apa sih? Spanyol atau?
USA, please welcome Pauli Aronson.
Come on. Ayo bet sekarang. Ini paper, world paper itu ya nggak ada TCG OCG, adanya paper.
And now on the red side from Peru, please welcome Juan Mateo Augusto Renteria Pastor.
Dragon Link, ada lagi? Ada yang short soul? Siapa yang short soul? Ada yang short soul nggak? Bikin poll gimana caranya sih bikin poll? Ya nanti deh, nanti. Udah.
Championship 2023, the final show.
Short soul.
こちらの両者の戦いとなります。
Aku jagoin Dragon Link.
It is so close. It's so close. You can just taste it. You can see the hardware.
Aku juga pengen bikin Dragon Link sih. Kamu tahu nggak, kemarin waktu aku bikin video Sword Soul, aku bandingin UR-nya Sword Soul, Dragon Link, sama Sprite. Ternyata lebih murah daripada Sword Soul 25 total UR, itu Dragon Link dan Sprite, 24 UR. Deck kompetitif yang paling murah sekarang. Terutama Dragon Link dan Sword Soul itu core-nya cuma sekitar 8-an. Dragon Link dan Sprite itu core-nya 8 UR.
The finals will be one match, best 2 duels out of 3.
Sementara Sword Soul itu UR-nya butuh 11. Jadi kalau kamu mau bikin deck yang bagus ya tadi itu Sword Soul dan Dragon Link. Sprite dan Dragon Link. Sword Soul lebih mahal di Master Duel.
Cards that are forbidden cannot be used in any deck.
Aku caster sesuai dengan yang aku bisa, yang aku ngerti ya.
All the decks are as follows. Limited cards, you can play 1 copy of the card. Semi-limited cards, you can play 2 copies of the cards. All other cards, you can play a maximum copy of 3 copies of them.
Ya, kita udah tahu.
The card pool for this event is all cards released after June 24th, 2023 outside of Japan are not allowed in the tournament. So the latest booster sets would be Wild Survivors, as well as Battles of Legend, Monstrous Revenge.
Oh, Dueling Nexus belum itu.
Stragglers from Monstrous Revenge, like Assault Synchron, that are not allowed here, which, you know, I think Polly might want to play Assault Synchron if he was allowed to do so. So our players are sitting down. This has been a very interesting tournament in terms of...
Dueling nggak boleh. Dueling nggak boleh.
You know, course to the finals here was a little bit unexpected. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about how that happened?
No, absolutely. I mean, this time around, it was the first time ever for the TCG World Championship that there were 7 rounds of Swiss compared to the usual 5. And that meant that Polly actually managed to sneak in with a 4-free record, and he could now become world champion, just one match away. That's a surprising ending.
And the actual circumstances behind sneaking in with that 4-3 were really incredible. Billy, you can't get enough of that. Can you tell that story as well?
Yeah, so tier limits has been a strategy. We just saw in Master Duel, still one of the best decks in that game, but it's been around in the TCG for even longer, and in the OCG for even longer. Definitely one of the favorite decks. We had 2 tournament players that actually drew in the last round, that 7th round, where it opened up the door for an extra player
Race
with the
kuat kah? Race itu kan kuat di OCG di mana Maxi. Race bisa main tembus Maxi. Kalau di TCG kelihatannya masih nggak tahu. Nggak tahu. Kastira mungkin purely. Aku nggak tahu kalau Race di TCG. But anyway, kita mulai.
I've never heard of it happening.
Sword Soul versus Dragon Link.
Sports leagues, you don't see the lowest
Genryu versus Ryu. Doragon.
You'll have a 6 and an 8, but this is one
Naga asli lawan naga bayangan. Siapa yang bakal menang?
6, 7, 8 took out the top 4 seeds. It was incredible. I couldn't believe it the first time.
Polling di live chat.
Yeah, that's really how it worked out.
Sure. Ayo kita bikin polling sebentar.
And it's important to mention also that compared to what they did throughout this event, for this final match there will not be a time limit. So they have as much time as it takes, obviously still playing at a reasonable pace. But I think that can pay some consideration, you know. We have seen previous World Championship finals end on a timeout, and I think this will give out for a great duel. But obviously now I think we can get
sebelah kiri 3 watt 3 notification. Caranya gimana?
More than me.
Yes.
Do you guys think someone has the edge here?
So I've been hanging out in the back while everybody else was up here on stage for Master Duel and Duel Links, and I got a chance to see kind of the mindset that the players were getting into.
Oh ini Paul.
So Paulie was, consulting with all his friends back home. He was just strategizing the entire time. For hours, he's been like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Going through all of these scenarios. So in terms of situational awareness and things being prepared for, I feel like I give Paulie the edge. However, the downside of that is if you prepared for all of these scenarios, you might start seeing them in places where they don't apply. You could get in your own head and make a mistake.
Okay, aku ngerti caranya pakai live chat ini.
One, on the other hand, he's been having a great time back there. He's chilling out with the other duelists, laughing, trying to relax, have a good time. It's not like he's not thinking about the match or anything, but he's not just constantly in the tank going through everything all at once. So maybe being a little loose could help.
Yeah,
Naga versus Barat versus Naga versus Timur. Pedang mantap jiwa.
He's been a veteran of the community for a long time, but really had a breakout year through the remote duel and into this. He won a remote duel YCS. He won the 250th YCS, one of the biggest ones we've ever had in Los Angeles. And now he's back here after winning the World Championship points qualifying playoffs. And now he's just one win away from capping this year off in the best way you can possible by being the world champion, the first world championship in 4 years, and the first time we've been in Japan in 5.
All right, we are just seconds away from getting started. It's time to duel one more time for the world championship. Let's go.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023, the final. 会場の皆さん、一緒にカウントダウンをお願いします。いきますよ。
Sword Soul 38%, Dragon Link 25%.
Duel!
Cool, let's go. Dragon Link best deck, let's go. Dragon Link best deck, let's go. Naga Barat versus Naga Timur, ya udah bener banget. Wuxia versus Grimdark.
Finally at the finals.
Dark Souls versus Wuxia.
World Championship. It's the USA against Peru, Latin America against North America. We've never had a winner from the USA. It's been a while since we've had one from Latin America as well, so both these players really want to represent their regions. I just can't wait to see how it's going to work out. It does look like Paulie may be going first here.
Okay, let's go.
Come close a lot of time. There are a lot of finalists from the USA, but as you mentioned,
Dragon Link.
Not quite, but great start here from Paulie with his Dragon Link deck. So,
starting with the Bestial Lubellion.
Yep, that's going to let him add any Bestial from the deck to the hand. Of course, he's going to go with the one Bestial Magnamut.
Now, as you see that card on there, that means the deck has not been randomized yet. In this World Championship, we are using a special shuffling procedure to help the duelists save time. They
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah, yeah.
randomize their decks until the point at which the top of card of the deck matters and needs to not be known. So
SQ Ace karena Duelist Nexus belum legal di world ini. Jadi race kayaknya belum.
or excavate things to the top of the deck, and when it's time to go ahead and play one of those effects or pass turn, then we'll randomize the deck.
Yep, and we see a quick launch coming down.
Oh, pakai kartu itu untuk nandain kalau decknya belum dikocok. Kalau kamu sering nge-search, nggak perlu ngocok terus kan.
Link it away immediately into the Link 1 Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon on summon.
Selamat datang, Mas Hazelnut. Aku nggak akan banyak ngomong karena kita masih ini.
Things together, gonna able to add that boot sector launch from the deck to the hand.
We have seen quick launch for Duel Links today, and now it's back in a different finals.
And
great to see.
I was a little shocked when I saw it come down to
Yeah.
the Duel Links final.
And in our semifinal match, even we got to see three quick launches.
I saw that.
Dragon Link sleeper hit banget.
Also, yeah, so a great opening end from Poly here. But we can assume now that they know each other's decks. Do you guys have any idea of what you're gonna go for when you're facing a deck like Swarso on the other end?
I mean, this is tough. I actually think this matchup is kind of bad for Poly because one of the notorious cards that are really good against Dragon Link are those like blowout cards like Dark Ruler No More, and we've seen that Juan is actually main decking copies of that, so he might be prepared to go second here. And this
Collapse Serpent.
He's going to
Collapse Serpent, Vanish Wifer Burster.
Dragon Pitsy to go into the extra monster zone.
This seems like one of the lines he was talking about before.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows what his opponent is up to here, and he was trying to workshop ways to get around.
Romulus.
Make sure that he has enough ways to interrupt one on his turn, even if he has one of these blowout cards. So what you might do here is you have the Pisty there. You're going to get it off the field here for Romulus, and then if you have a way to special summon it back from the graveyard, you can put it wherever you want.
Ooh.
You're not beholden to the
Dragon Ravine.
You might not have to go into the triple burst line, and can do some other stuff as well instead.
That's really cool, and we see him add that Dragon Ravine off the Romulus.
Still has the Magna mode, which is great. Gonna come down to get something else in the end phase and grab that Lubellion to set up some branded spell and traps. So great stuff here.
Definitely. Now it looks like Poly's taking a moment to consider his options. Activates the Dragon Ravine. He's going to be able to send a card from his hand to the graveyard, and then send any dragon from the deck to the graveyard.
He's going to go ahead and... Yep, he discards the card, and this one's asking him just for a little bit of clarification there. And it looks like it's going to go through.
Yep, so outside of Duel Links, we have seen this deck win the Master Duel Championship as well, with Joshua piloting it. And so
Di Duel Links emang ada Dragon Link.
using the same deck in 3 different categories. That's really unique, I would say.
That would be.
Aku nggak tahu sih ada apa enggaknya.
Like one of those strong decks. I mean, it's kind of a broad name to give to a lot of decks.
Of
It's
course,
just
of course,
Dragons,
I agree.
Links. There's just a lot of dragons, but they definitely all have those similar cards like Quick Launch and the Rocket strategies as well.
Despite being colloquially known as Dragon Link, a lot of its end board cards happen to be synchro monsters. Things like Borreload Savage Dragon or the Bestial Dispotter now.
Well,
It looks like he does
dibilang Dragon Link karena engine-nya Link.
graveyard with the Dragon Ravine, and it looks like he. Oh, was that what he discarded?
3 kolom susah ya. Aku juga nggak pernah main Duel
I
Links.
would assume so. That's great, yeah.
So he's still thinking on the Dragon Ravine. Oh no, he sent the Abzorouter with the
No,
Ravine,
yeah, he did,
not the
he
card
did.
from the hand, and lets him add that Rocket Recharger to the hand. We weren't able to see the discard since it was off camera.
And now we are
Boot
going to
sector
change
launch.
Fuse Spell into that Boot Sector launch, which can special what you just searched. So that's probably where he's going for.
In terms of what kind of field Boot Sector launch is, I guess it's like a hangar bay or something for dragon monsters. Just fire
Android best decklets. Oh, ada tuh Dragon Link.
So you're loading
Wow,
up those
ada
Dragon
juga.
monsters to be launched into the field, and he does have Rocket Tracer and Rocket Recharge to come.
And he's going to check the graveyard here.
Oh ya, Rocket tadi di. Aku nggak perhatikan kalau Duel Links. Aku nggak terlalu peduli Duel Links jujur.
We missed that. That's an interesting thing, having Drone Lock in the main deck. Very good for this particular tournament, though, given the decks that we're seeing play. Other things like Dragon Link, the other combos like Ricochet and Avalon as well.
Yeah, definitely probably played a role in why he made it here all the way to the finals at the World Championship.
What do you think, Billy? Is draw not that great against Warsaw? Will you get rid of the card, or?
It's tough, yeah. You have to catch them on like an emergence or something, but if they just have that Sorcel of Moye, it's not going to do too much damage there for you.
Yeah, I think it's one of the weaker interruptions here.
So he's able to link into the Hermetic Seal, because even though normally when you see Tracer and Recharger, you think the Recharger is someone from the Tracer, but in this case they both came from the hand, so not locked out of Dark Monsters just quite yet. Has the seals in a Tracer, gonna activate that Magnum.
There it is. See which card is targeted with the Magnum. There's a lot of cards we haven't seen yet. For example, we haven't seen the Quick Launch. We haven't seen Chaos Space. Things that you really want to be seeing in your opening hand when you're in the finals and going first.
Definitely, Chaos Space is one of the best cards in the Dragon Link deck.
Just gonna go ahead and banish.
Mungkin bisa dibilang kalau Dragon Link sekarang ini bisa dibilang Chaos Dragon. Tapi ya, udah namanya udah nempel Dragon Link karena combo enablernya Link semua. Striker Dragon, Romulus.
Goes with the Apps Router anyways. Gut feeling.
Endingnya usually good to stick to it. At worst case, you relied on your gut if things go wrong as opposed to the other way around. But now he is going to use that Tracer effect, quick effect, destroy any card on your field, especially summon a Rocket from the deck. We'll see if he goes to that Rocket Caliber. There it is.
So now he is finally locked into this. Darks could get back, I guess, to set up.
Boral N, bukan Furious Dragon, Boral N sama Boral Savage sama beberapa Synchro tadi dibilangkan. Tapi Boral N itu termasuk salah satu itunya apa N-boardnya. Cuma untuk combo piece-nya kan pakai banyak link. Romulus, Striker Dragon, Pisty. Makanya namanya masih Dragon Link kalau menurutku. Bluff berhitung. Hati-hati deh. Ada yang bilang itu masuk dalam angle shooting. Kalau kamu bilang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jangan gitu, udah biasa aja.
He's going to tribute the Apsa Router that he brought back with the Dispatch.
Saranku di sini tuh udah nggak usah main bluffing, nggak usah main curang, nggak usah ini itu, main aman aja. Murni skill.
Wants that layered interruption, knows that he's packing that Dark World no more in the main deck, going for a trap card, heads up
Dispater.
from Poly.
Dispater dipakai juga di Dragon Link, ha?
And send branded regain to the graveyard. He'll be able to activate it from the graveyard with that branded beast effect in the end phase.
Kayaknya aku lebih murah bikin Dragon Link daripada bikin Sword Soul deh. Soalnya Sword Soul itu aku harus bikin banyak yang lainnya. Entahlah.
Great stuff, but as you mentioned, Dark Lure No More could be a card that's really strong against this setup.
That's part of why I think you want the Beast here, is you have that trap card-based interaction instead of a monster effect.
Absolutely, really important to have different kind of interactions.
All right,
the judge also cutting the deck there.
Wow.
Joining in on the action.
Yep, that green
green
card being
he did. Yeah, that was right. We just didn't catch what he searched, but I guess, we'll find out.
If I had to guess, it'd be a bestial of sorts.
Nanti kalau Dispater udah rilis ya, baru kita ngomong.
That you can do where if you search, one of the bestials, you can then pop it with the Tracer and get even another.
Aku nunggu Dispater sama Luluwali Lilith dan Quem, entah untuk branded, entah untuk Dragon Link. Aku mulai main Master Duel, aku jadi.
Enter battle phase.
And the battle phase evenly matched.
We were talking about Dark World Noir. We haven't seen the evenly matched yet in game 1 from Juan, but this is huge. He has to pick. I think you have to go with the Dispatter here.
You got to keep the Dispatter.
No,
Beast doesn't do you.
No.
Okay, so he kept.
Okay, so he does have a Bestial in hand.
He probably searched the Bestial, so he's going to keep the branded beast.
Yeah, I mean now he's gonna get to summon off the Erratic Seal, so worst case scenario that works.
Nice.
So he triggers the Hermetic Seals and he put one of his own cards back in the hand.
Smart.
I think
the Bestial Rebellion, yep.
I might have seen a second copy of the card in the end. I'm not sure though, not sure. That could be the case. I mean, playing a card like evenly in the main deck, wow.
But this might be the heads up plate where he was hedging.
Nah ya, run evenly di main deck itu aja udah bagus kok.
He could use the seals to return his monster and get a monster on the board afterwards. I mean, he could just go for a Bestial monster here if he doesn't have one in hand as well.
Just take a look at Hieratic Seal there. Note that you do not have to choose one of your opponent's cards to return to the hand. It's just that you have to use the effect during your opponent's turn.
And it looks like he is going for a Bestial. Not just any Bestial, it's going to be Baldrake.
Baldrake, which can block the summon of light and dark monsters.
Yep. If he's able to get another lighter dark monster on the field, that would be quite useful.
Now that Bestial Baldric is going to be zeroed out, 0 attack, 0 defense because of the Hieratic Seals. That doesn't matter too much right now as the battle phase has now been spent.
But the Branded Beast is still there, and Schwarzel is one of those decks where sometimes you have a lot of plays, but sometimes you only have one single Moye, and if they interact with it, that's it. So that Branded Beast could still get him there.
Yeah, and if they have the 10 cards in their hand, they really need to keep a non-effect on the field.
Wow.
Still at the end of the battle phase, it's not one.
Okay.
He says, you want the Bestial on the field, I'm going to make sure you don't keep it on the field.
I said it's going to be evenly matched, not you have 2.
Wow. Astaga, okay, cool.
Yes.
Maybe.
Sure, 2 evenly.
This is huge.
Yeah, huge start, and now it's all up to what is in one hand. If he has...
Apa yang lebih serem dari 1 evenly? Dark Ruler dan 1 evenly. 1 Dark Ruler dan 1 evenly.
This is your opportunity. Like, you have to really go off right now.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's thinking about a normal summon.
Could be a 10 years.
Apa Moye di limit? Moye kayaknya enggak. Moye di limit kan itu di Synchro Festival.
Vishuda being light and dark.
Okay, it's a good one.
Long one. If he discards
Long Yuan.
that would be crazy.
Let's see what he discards.
I see it. Oh, can't see what monster it is. Let's see what he discards.
Should be another one. Yeah, another copy.
Okay.
Long Yuan.
Long one's going to be summoned, and then we're going to get the Sword Soul token.
This can open up some plays.
Pinjamin dong, pinjamin.
And we also need to find out what card was added off the Magna mode, because if it was a Bestial, we could still steal that now alongside the Branded Beast. So that's still an option for Paulie, potentially.
Got a lot
for
tokens there for our duelist.
Long Yuan di semi pun nggak terlalu penting, nggak sepenting Branded Fusion di semi.
On the field, so all the Bestial's effects turn to quick effects.
It seems like he's considering it. And he could get rid of both cards, right?
If it's Druid's Worm, I'm assuming
Druid's Worm,
Druid's Worm's probably the one he added off that Magnum. It would make sense.
Yeah. So that could still be nice.
Paulie down but not out.
Yes.
Woo, Druid's Worm.
Now he's going to use Branded Beast. That's going to let him tribute the Druid's Worm. And then it's going to be able to destroy a card on the field, and the Druid's Worm will be able to send a special summon monster, so it's going to clear both.
Ya udah sama aja.
And
now Juan, if it has something like Sword Soul Ataya, it could be pretty
at the
good.
Same time,
or like some way to get around this, like a kind of Dragon Circle help you here. You tribute any worm, right? Or any.
Yep, any worm. Heavenly Dragon Circle would be a good card. I might have got a peek of one in his hand.
Even if you follow it up with just like a normal summon.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah, just it'll allow him to search for that Sword Soul Ataya if he does have it.
Yeah.
It's such a good card. And
there it is.
Heavenly Dragon Circle. Lets you tribute that worm to add any worm from your deck to your hand.
All right, so now we're going to get the chain resolving here.
Kamu tahu aku nggak terlalu suka dengan Heavenly Dragon Circle, tapi mungkin berguna kali.
You look at those 4 cards, 2 copies of each.
Soalnya biasanya untuk searching itu pakai apa namanya? Yang Sword Soul punya spellnya yang itu apa sih namanya?
Like he knew what to do with the cards that he was dealt here. But
itu aja udah cukup. Jadi aku nggak tahu dengan Heavenly Dragon Circle itu bagus atau enggak. Soalnya tribute 1 untuk dodge begini ya. Plus 1 sih, tapi ditukar sama Dragon Circle. Kalau kamu punya lainnya, entahlah.
I mean, at the
Emergence, Emergence.
To go into Chi Chow to grab Blackout at very minimum, but if he does have a worm, he could do much more.
Yeah.
So he'll get a draw at least with Moye.
And
aku ngomongin soal ini ya, aku ngomongin soal Master Duel ya, Mas Hazelnut. Aku cuma main Master Duel, aku nggak main Paper. Belum main Paper, nggak tahu nanti akan apa enggak.
It'd be interesting if this gets down to a top deck war between them. Which player has the edge?
Sword Soul for sure to me.
I mean,
It's
there are a
close.
few top decks over there, you know. I mean, cards like Levianeer could be really nice. So I think it's close. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
I mean-
and he's going to grab the...
Tapi yang satu itu tetap nge-send. Ya.
It's not what Paulie wants to see. Now he's going to use the Druiswarm effect to send.
Pada dasarnya kalau di dalam kasus ini kan Dragon Circle sama Emergence itu kurang lebih sama-sama kamu
For sure it would be
+1.
use them all, yeah. But there are still a lot of cards. I think, two cards in the end from Poli.
We know one's the Beast of Libellion that he
But
returned back.
I did pick that the other one. Not gonna spoil it, but it's gonna be a relevant one later on. Let's see. We can assume the Moye is next, I guess.
Takes a quick look at the graveyard here.
Checking to see what the follow-up is, what Paulie's going to be able to do on the next turn. Now, I'm surprised he didn't go for Taya here, because with Taya, if you have the other worm in your hand, you can go into the Boxia, get rid of the branded beast.
There it is.
Okay.
Veiler! Huge!
All the answers coming from Paulie.
Huge! Taya can also get you to Moye and remove the branded beast along the way, but Effect Veiler would also stop the Taya as well.
Wow.
Nice Veiler, bro.
Yeah, now we're in trouble. But
he has nothing. He just has a Moye.
All right, so Paulie has, we know he's got the Bestial Rebellion.
He is in the driver's seat with the branded beast on the field. That Effect Veiler was huge. The biggest Effect Veiler of Paulie's life.
Wow.
Checking through the graveyard here first off.
Wow, I was writing Paulie off for this one. I can't believe that last card we didn't know was an Effect Veiler.
Yeah. And now, yeah, there is the Lubellion in hand. One clutch top deck here, but as you mentioned, we shouldn't forget that the circle is still there for next turn.
Very
so
true.
still,
And with the Ashuna in hand, that's a good way to get a normal monster onto the board.
Absolutely.
But as Paulie can find a way to keep Bestials, to keep it out of the graveyard, it's going to be tough.
Now, notably in this particular tournament,
Chaos Space.
So he doesn't even need the Beast. He's just going to use the Chaos Space because he'll be able to bring back the Beast of Libellion by tributing a dragon.
Unbelievable.
There is the Levianeer, and with the Wyver Buster and Collapse Serpent used at the beginning, you can just get a draw off here with the Cow Space or the Link.
And we talked about how strong a card that is in the Dragon League strategy, and he didn't open it, but able to top deck it here in the second turn is huge.
Would you go for Darks here, or what's your idea here? If you know the last...
I'm ripping the card out of hand if it's possible.
You got to put him on 0 cards.
I agree.
Especially when it's something like Ashuna, which has a lot of versatility in it as well.
Satu.
Dark.
Would you not?
Dua.
I guess, yeah, the line would be... Do you want to see the draw? Yeah, I guess so.
3.
3 dark monsters. Chaos Dragon Levianeer going to send that card from the hand back into the deck.
Yeah, my only concern was maybe using the space first to see what you get into, right? But
that
maybe
I agree with.
Yeah, that might be the case.
That I agree with.
But I guess he doesn't want to risk drawing maybe the last branded spell. That's what it is.
Pasang apa? Regain.
Tribute that Chaos Dragon Levianeer to summon Lubellion. Lubellion can activate its effect to place that branded regain straight from the deck onto the field. So now he has branded beast, branded regained with a beastie on the field. Juan with 0 cards after this Moye is going to be destroyed by battle.
And that kind of takes the Dragon Circle out as well. You're not going to be able to get a normal monster here.
This is
nothing. This is looking so good for Paulie. Unless he wants to concede, I would.
No, I would never do that. I mean, there is no time limit.
True,
We mentioned it, so
Yeah,
no reason to.
nggak ada time limit.
And there are still cards, you know, like part of Desires if he's playing it. Maybe something like that would be nice.
You might just get like another board wipe. Something that can just destroy everything.
Maybe that third evenly matched, you know? Yeah.
Jangan ketukar decknya, ayo.
Lightning Storm.
Pernah kan kasusnya di turnamen resmi ketukar decknya.
As long as you have a life point, there is a chance.
Oh, absolutely.
So here comes that Chaos Space now that the Branded Regain is out of the deck. Branded Regain also poses a threat as well, able to special summon back a Bestial when your opponent summons a monster. So he'll be able to bring back something like Druiswarm and tribute it off with Branded Beast as well. Gonna put back that one copy of Striker Dragon.
Draw 1.
Draws 1.
Makes sense. Doesn't really need to draw into anything at the moment, but let's see. As not normal summon yet.
Ya santai aja, nggak ada time limit, tapi ya tetap jangan slow playing juga.
Black Little Dragon.
Oh wow.
Here's the concession. He knows it's over. He knows this means he's going to leak away the Striker Dragon. Red Eyes Darkness, Metal Dragon would come next, and Juan's ready to go on to the next game. And Paulie is one game away from being the first ever world champion for the United States.
What a Dragon Link best deck, let's go!
Better at a top deck warrior.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
That effect Veiler was so huge. I really thought he was down after the double evenly match. He only had those two cards in hand. We knew one.
Ya, ini game yang bagus. Bisa back and forth, tapi ya tetap aja mati di turn ketiga.
Got the Moye, he had a small opening, but that effect Veiler shutting him down. You mentioned Sword Soul good at doing a lot of things, but sometimes if you can stop that one thing like a Moye, it can just shut off the whole turn.
All right, so now our players are going to have to dig into their side decks here. This is a different.
Sekarang aku baru ngerti Dragon Link bawa Veiler karena Veiler Light bisa di-banish untuk Bestial dan kawan-kawannya.
Blowout cards he was able to use against his opponent. This time, though, he's not going to have that advantage. So he was able to go first in Game 3 and kind of tailor his strategy to play around what his opponent was doing. But this time, he's going to have to win 2 straight. Now, how does that change things?
I mean, we had seen in the other semifinals, as you mentioned, he took out those power cards like Evenly Matched, Dark Lure No More, in place of cards like Anti-Spell Fragrance, which was the card, and you call it a double-edged sword, we could say. It could really cost him the game.
Melon di biru, at Chaos Roller, ya.
I did.
Doing his homework.
Aku karena kebiasaan main Sky Striker dulu ya, jadi Veiler itu paling untuk
So if that is the case, then I think Paulie
untuk access code lain, Hulky Vibrax, Celine, access code. Terus secara umum jadi kupikir lebih bagus Imperm sebetulnya daripada Veiler. Cuma ya kepake juga di deck-deck yang butuh Banish Light. Lupa total. Karena kebiasaan bias sejarah deckku.
Yeah, he's calculated, meticulous, and I've told you this year has been amazing for him. He's been playing forever.
Gamma nggak tahu ya, kalau di paper Gamma cuma 1. Buat apa kamu bawa Garnet 1 kalau hand draftmu cuma 1? Percuma. Dan Gamma di 1 ini tuh ada gunanya nggak sih? Entahlah.
One game away.
Juan not out of it just yet.
Chaos Ruler sama Levianir itu kan cuma 2 UR.
We saw him beat Dragon Link in the semifinals, so Juan is still.
Oke, fair enough. Nanti kalau aku bikin Dragon Link 5 Master Duel, aku kasih tahu.
There's a reason why he's here in the finals.
Well, halal.
Built this deck specifically to deal with other combo decks like this. So this should be a good matchup for him. So I have no doubt that he has a surplus of confidence.
Nunggu pack baru, ha?
2 out of 3.
Nunggu pack baru Chaos Angel dan kawan-kawannya. Chaos Angel dibawa nggak sih di Dragon Link?
So I'm sure it will adjust his side deck.
Chaos Angel paling aku cuma akan bawa di Evil Twin Chaos. Dan ya aku orang gila yang bawa Evil Twin Chaos buat Evil Twin. Bawa satu tuh, ya bener. Chaos Angel udah nanti.
Additional risks in this game, knowing that worst case scenario, you're just going to game 3.
I think you just touched on a really good point. That's something that I've always done in my games as well throughout my career. When you win game 1, you can play game 2 a little risk.
Oke, dismantle. Aku sebetulnya udah bisa bulking beberapa kartu sih, tapi aku nggak tahu apa yang mau di bulking. Nanti kapan-kapan bantu aku dismantle UR ya. Kapan-kapan.
Don't get access to those side deck cards that can really win you or lose you the game on the
Lulua Lilith yang kayaknya nggak bawa ya. Lulua Lilith paling cuma dibawa di apa tuh namanya branded. Aku tetap akan bikin branded kali Dragon Link. Aku jadi spesialis Dragon. Kalau kemarin kan katanya Mas Al itu mau jadi spesialis Plan. Tika sama Traptrix. Kalau aku mau jadi spesialis Dragon kelihatannya. Nah, padahal ya dulu itu aku spesialis waifu. Tapi sekarang udah convert jadi spesialis Dragon.
He knows that he's going first.
Why not both? Dragon waifu, Dragon mate.
All right.
Oke, game 2.
Final cut from our judges.
This could be the last game of the entire World Championship. We've already crowned Duel Links World Champion, the Master Duel Team World Champions. This is our final match.
Come on.
To a game 3.
You decided we have 4 world champions crowned already. 1 more, and let's see this.
Dragon waifu ya, Dragon mate.
Absolutely.
Nanti aku cerita deh soal Trinity di Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon, Mech, dan waifu.
Let's see.
Starts with Pot of Desires.
All right, so Pot
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, draw 2.
One right away.
Gets hit by the Ash.
Wah.
That's huge.
Lihat, cek dulu.
Sword Soul, a great deck, but it needs multiple cards sometimes.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We said it, Sword Soul very strong, but sometimes it just whiffs on those plays. Let's see if he has anything to follow this up.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Good.
And he knows that that's not going to get hit by an Ash Blossom this turn.
Take monster you special on your hand if you control no effect monsters. Controls no monsters, so that.
Blos.
So Bestials could be in there for Poly,
But it
not
looks like
the case.
it's not yet anyway.
He also has the Vishuda, so he's able to link it to Monk of the Tini, special summon Vishuda. Now Ashuna is going to special summon Adhara. That gives him a level 7 monster, a level 1 tuner. That means he can go into a level 8 synchro like Chi Chao. I like to do this play when I already have.
Bacanya Chi Xiao, bukan Chi Chao. Ji Xiao.
Still good to rely on this way.
Ji Xiao.
Chi Chao.
But I think he's
Come on,
really
bukan Chin Chao.
because if he doesn't have any other Sword Soul cards in hand, that Bestial could have pretty much cut him off comboing.
It would have been devastating.
Yeah.
But having two teams.
Terdengar suara renyahnya.
Sword Soul, so definitely a strong start for Juan. Looks like he's considering Boxia.
Nah, nggak Baxia.
Probably just, yeah.
Okay.
No way, I would say.
Ji Xiao.
Not with nothing on the
Like
opponent's field.
he could go into Boxia for a Chao Feng play because you can Boxia destroy the monkey.
Nggak tuh, Chi Xiao.
But if you don't have the Sword Soul access, you usually want to go to Chi Chao.
Ooh, and
Effect
again.
Baylor! The MVP of the deck. Now he's going to be able to banish that Adhara since he has the non-effect monster to add a banished worm from the banish to the hand. Adds back a Shuna, but will Effect Baylor be the card for Poly to win the World Championship?
Veiler clutch banget. Aku udah lama lupa kalau Veiler sekuat ini. Aku pikir Imperm lebih bagus. Enggak, Veiler ternyata masih clutch.
Still plenty of cards left for Juan to play.
Yes.
2 points of interaction from Poly when he's went second.
Let's take a look if he has something else here. Otherwise, might just set some face downs.
Still has the Chi Chao on the field
Oh,
at
he
least.
passed.
Nothing to set.
That's it. He passed. Wow.
All right, so Dragon Link playing on 3 cards, drawing to 4. Spent an Ash Blossom, spent an Effect Failure.
Oke.
I mean, I would be shocked if he was not holding maybe his own copies, you know, of Max Chi or anything like that. But
Dude, Maxi bercanda.
I'm still backing Master Duel.
That was last
Yeah.
Maxi.
Get out of 2017.
I know. That wasn't there even. even. So,
Starly
Safer.
Excellent.
Safer, yeah.
Poly.
Not a bad one to have here. It gives you access to those baby Chaos Dragons.
And there's no Sword Soul card available for Chi Chao to banish, is there?
Could banish from the hand, but it's going to be tough.
yeah. Seems like that will go through.
Dragon Link bisa bawa hand wrap, good. Aku suka dengan deck hand wrap, aku suka dengan deck Dragon. Aku suka dengan deck Dragon hand wrap, Dragon Link. Aku akan bikin Dragon Link nanti kalau ini menang aku mungkin akan buat.
Something goes wrong in your turn. I like the heads up play here from Poly.
Yeah,
Come on.
Playing it on Ash Blossom, I guess.
Very
yeah.
smart.
Finalnya udah Master Duel, kita udah menang finalnya. Snipe Hunters menang. Timnya Josh Consulting Amre menang.
Well played by Poly. Yeah.
Oke. Ini kita lanjut ke paper Mas Van Glorious. Dukung siapa? Dukung naga asli atau naga bayangan?
No, Ash Blossom enjoys Spring.
Dukung naga rantai atau pedang jiwa?
Includes any of these. Add a card from deck to the hand, which is what Safer does. Special summon from the deck, or send cards from the deck to the graveyard. You can use Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring to negate that.
Belos.
Poly.
Astaga.
Oh my gosh, these Ash Blossoms and Effect Veilers really stopping them in their tracks.
What a top deck. Yeah.
Nice top deck.
Does Poly
have something? It's
Oh! Okay.
It's just like, yeah.
Okay. Perfect serang.
So the emergence does give him that Sword Soul card in the graveyard, so
Yeah.
he still has that Chi Chao effect now to negate a monster effect. But just negating a monster effect, not the strongest against Dragon Link. They still have a lot of ways to force that out and continue their plays.
So it seems like what's happened here is that Poly's got all his side deck cards and all of his main deck interaction.
Nggak, aku merasa Ash Blossom itu bukan wifeable. Tolong jangan nanya lagi.
Need something like a quick launch.
That Safer would have gotten there, but it did not make it.
Blos.
Even the Red Eyes engine would be nice to draw into right now, but
I wonder if knowing. Oh, I'm not even going to say it. I can't.
Okay.
I was saying, I wonder if knowing what Juan is playing backfired on him.
He passes back.
Wait, what?
Passes back. You know,
I just
get
want
one more turn out of this. Oh, Juan Martinez cannot finish it off.
Yes, keep on whiffing.
Looks like you're right about that top deck on
Exactly,
Sometimes you just don't draw any of the cards you need. A lot of the cards require other cards to be useful.
Paulie's got to do it this time, though. He's only going to have 2,400 left.
Possibly only one more draw for Paulie to stay in this game, or we might go into game 3 soon.
I kind of want to see a game.
Nggak mungkin kamu Battle Vader, come on. Nggak mungkin kamu Battle Vader.
2,400 left. I mean, that's a long one and a sinister long one.
Let's see.
Yeah, or just one sinister long one resolving both the effects.
Resolving both effects, yeah.
But you're probably going to use a longer one on your way to make it very true.
Oh, but one's got a face down this time.
Picked up.
Could be something useful.
Blackout. Hati-hati blackout.
Standby phase anti-spell ring. But he has Cosmic Cyclone.
Whoa!
Chains a quick play Cosmic Cyclone.
Nice.
1,400 life points. Anti-spell fragrance is gone.
He's held that Cosmic Cyclone in his hand this whole game. This is his one opportunity to win this game.
Is it going to be enough, or is it too little, too late?
Come on.
Perfect season.
That's what I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say maybe he sided in the Cosmic Cyclone because he knew he was playing anti-spell fragrance and it would have backfired on him, but he ended up drawing into the anti-spell fragrance and it didn't backfire. Does he have any sort of play here to push past his Chi-Chow?
Nggak toggle on.
Having chained that Cosmic, I would assume so. Okay,
that's good. Druid Swarm is good enough to at least deal with the
Druid Swarm, yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's decent enough to stay in. Gets rid of the shoot as well.
All right, so Bystial Druid Swarm is on the field. When that's sent to the graveyard, a special summon monster is going to go with it.
Does he have another monster to summon?
Like Kingdom for a Link monster in Dragon Link.
Yeah.
Nah itu udah ngerti kan kenapa namanya Dragon Link.
Think about this one. But looking at his extra deck, so we can assume he has at least anything to normal summon. Maybe it's something along the line, you know. He's thinking about it.
Could be anything.
If it's Black Metal Dragon, I think he'd just be slamming it on the table, but it might be an awkward thing like Rocket Recharger.
Might be another Bystial because he's looking at the graveyard right now.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
It is.
Saronir.
But that's a good one. Saronir able to access that Dubellion later on.
Saronir, notably the one Bystial you can play at 3 in this tournament. Every other one is limited.
Pretty good still in Dragon League, being able to send down Branded Regain to bring back with Branded Beast. So now he has 2 Bystials on the field, 2 Dragons on the field. The Druid Storm will deal with the Chi-Chow. He's going to link them away.
Okay.
Obviously, the way that this can work, okay, makes sense.
Oh, sphere.
This is summon number 3 here from Paulie.
Gonna send away that.
Kamu pasti akan negate.
I mean, checking the graveyard here. Gonna see if he wants to chain Chi-Chow.
Nggak.
Does not negate it permanently, so it makes sense that it just allows that.
It's only to the end of the turn.
Seals pass.
Come on, Seals pass. Masih astaga. Okay.
Gonna sit down the Bystial Rebellion.
That's the best combo.
Now we're going to have to save for to pick up the Bystial Rebellion.
Yeah. Nice play here from Paulie.
Now he discards that Bystial Rebellion.
Ya. Cari apa yang belum keluar? Ball Drake.
Because when you're drawing cards and passing, right?
Oh enggak, Magnamut lupa.
And they could potentially be, they're either going to be just something they can't use or something that's going to interact with you on your turn.
Things like the evenly matched, for instance, that you've already seen.
True.
He knows one of them, so at least that's what he has to think about. But yeah, gonna banish it for the Magnamut. The one and only.
Summon number 4 here from Paulie.
And now the Magnamut's going to activate as well. Get a dragon in the end phase. Go to battle.
Okay.
Magnamut hits. And we'll see if there is, in fact, an evenly matched. Though if you did get hit by evenly here, I wonder which one you keep.
Yeah, at the same time.
Seals lah.
First tough that he would keep in, you know, the evenly matched, maybe.
True. I think you just do the seals trick and bounce the seal, tribute the seals, bounce the Magnum.
But that leaves you completely open, right?
Yeah,
True.
but I would be surprised if he'd kept those in, I guess.
1,400 life points left.
Come on, come on.
It feels like the tides have turned in this one, that Pauly's starting to take command.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with only 1,400 left, you could still just, you know, Juan's got a puncher's chance here.
This Lubellion is summon number 5 for Pauly. Now Juan is saying on the summon, I'm going to take a moment to think here before you activate or before you place that branded spell or trap from your deck to the field. So Juan has something.
If you've got it, I think this is the one chance. Because once those branded spells get on the field, or the regained in particular gets on the field, that's when it's...
Nibiru nggak bisa karena mungkin bisa kali, nggak tahu. Hati-hati aja. Kalau kamu mau Nibiru sekarang. Kalau nggak, branded setup.
A lot of B-Seals run through out of Pauly's deck already. Magnum can add back from the graveyard, though.
It can, deck or graveyard.
Ini game apa, Mas Rizky? Menurutmu ini game apa? Ini game Yu-Gi-Oh!
Primal Being on the
Nibiru, yep.
Unfortunately, Seals is attributed, you know, no matter how
Summon kelima, betul.
will it get its effect to summon a dragon from the deck.
3.000, 2,500. 2,500, 3.000.
One was thinking about it, because this does stop the Lubellion from getting a Brandon spell and traps, but it might even lead to a better combo at the end, you know?
Hey, in return, Pauly gets a
Hati-hati.
dragon out of his deck.
Hati-hati.
He can do a lot here.
Mas Rizky, ini adalah game Yu-Gi-Oh! Paper. Ini adalah finalnya World Paper Dragon Link versus Sword Soul. Dan Dragon Link udah menang sekali, Sword Soul harus menang 2 kali. Kalau Sword Soul nggak bisa menangin yang ini, Dragon Link menang. Pauly Aronson, juara World Championship Yu-Gi-Oh! Tahun ini. Come on. Batu masih bahaya. Batu masih bahaya.
Making sure he doesn't make a mistake at this stage in the game. This is the most important game of his dueling career.
It is. And now he knows everything. He knows the last card in hand from his opponent as he took that back from the banished. And now all he needs to do is just think about what possible outs could he pick up from the top of the deck, and otherwise he's good to go.
Safer kedua.
Starly Safer.
Starly Safer seems like a strong one, so he's going to use Safer's effect to send itself to the graveyard. Checking to see if you can use both effects in the same turn. Indeed, you can.
Yes.
So he's going to get a level 4 dragon. Level 4 dragon.
And there it is, Wyver Buster.
Wyver Buster banishing the B-Seal Soaring here to touch down onto the field, but only for a moment.
Strike a dragon.
The Link summon for a Link 1, and that's right.
Strike a dragon. Good sector.
Chain Link 1,
Nice.
Striker Dragon. Chain Link 2, Wyver Burster.
And here is where that Cosmic Cyclone on the Anti-Spell Fragrance goes into fruition, because he can activate that Boot Sector launch. I was debating for a moment whether it was worth using that Cosmic, because you could just keep that Anti-Spell to, you know, make your opponent draw into those spells, and maybe that could be more useful to you, but I guess we'll see.
Banishing White Dragon ya? White Dragon
You
ya.
got to play it if you got it, right?
Yep.
Gonna summon the Clap Serpent, banishing the Wyver Burster. My heart is beating so hard right now because I can tell what is about to happen. History is, we're moments away from
Romulus.
history
We
being
are.
made
We
in
are,
the Yu-Gi-Oh!
regardless.
trading card game.
Yeah, Romulus.
Link 2, Dragoon Knight Romulus. We're going to see the Dragon Link combo coming down here. Turns into this game. Pauly low on life points, but as long as you have a life point, you have a chance. That's the best part about the Yu-Gi-Oh! trading card game. Believing in yourself, believing in the heart of the cards.
Nibiru di sini enak ya karena nggak ada yang bawa Sprite.
This is a combo
Sprite udah mati di World.
times.
Jadi Nibiru pilihan bagus
You
juga.
still have to make sure that you do it right. Oh, he pitches a Nibiru of his own. For the dragon.
Okay.
Allowing him to send a dragon from the deck to the graveyard. Let's see what he goes with. Maybe an Apsa Router.
There it is.
Yep.
Router going to
Makes
add
sense.
a rocket.
And now we know every single card from Pauly as well, so he just has that Boot Sector 2 special summon that from the end later on. Yeah, history is in the making. We said it. First time ever, we already have 4 world champions in our hands, and we could get the 5th in just minutes away from here.
Uses that boot sector launch, going to special summon the Rocket Tracer from the hand.
Checks over the graveyard there.
We see him eyeing Quad Boral Dragon to maybe bring back some of the rockets from the graveyard. Quad Boral is a great way to turn dragons that aren't rockets into rockets that you need.
So first we're going to use the Rocket Tracer effect here.
Does he destroy the Nibiru token or the boot sector launch?
He's trying to figure it out right about now.
Yeah, he's making sure he doesn't make a mistake at this stage in the game, that he goes through each motion correctly, and he does go for that boot sector launch.
Makes sense. Now,
reminder for everybody at home, this round is untimed. You do need to play at a reasonable pace, however.
Here comes Rocket Recharger. Now we'll see if we're going to go into a Link summon.
We could go into the Beastie first.
Di Dragon Link itu ada locknya nggak sih? Kalau nggak salah ada yang nge-lock Dark, bukan? Aku nggak ingat ada locknya atau enggak. Beastie, Triple Burst.
Link 3, Rocket.
Triple Burst Dragon.
Itu combo enablernya. Kamu bingung kenapa namanya Dragon Link?
Zones, that means that Guard Dragon Pistie's effect is live.
You can special summon from the Banished or the Graveyard, non-targeting.
Dark doang ya? Beastie dan Rocket nge-lock ya.
Thinking about getting the Striker Dragon.
Rocket Dark. Mereka banyak kan ya Dark Dragon.
So he's going to use Striker Dragon's effect to destroy the token to add back, I'd imagine, Rocket Recharger? It is indeed Rocket Recharger.
Semua orang bikin pengen pakai Dragon Link setelah lihat dia menang.
Activates. Now we've got Triple Burst, Pisty, Striker Dragon, Triple Burst Dragon versus Nibiru. None of these are big enough on their own, however.
But the Boral End will be able to negate the Rocket Recharger effect to bring back the Tracer. So he's going to be able to have Boral End and Boral Load Savage Dragon.
Nice.
Boral End Dragon hits the field with 3,500 attack points. Its effect negates Rocket Recharger, special summons back Rocket Tracer, that's a level 4 tuner, level 4 non-tuner. And together they combine to synchro summon Boral Savage Dragon.
Beautifully played by Paulie, and you can see Juan smiling. I mean, he knows he is against an amazing opponent, and now one draw away from what could be the last game of the World Championship 2023.
Just thinking back on all those achievements that Paulie has had just this year.
Just incredible.
250th YCS in Los Angeles. Probably the biggest tournament of his life until now.
Yeah, I have no words.
You mentioned it, Paulie has been a veteran in the game, but sometimes you have those players who are missing that performance, and sometimes in just a single year everything changes. you're here after winning a lot of different events, and what a way to end it.
And Paulie did normal summon that Rocket Recharger.
It wasn't a rocket that was destroyed.
Right,
so
or a Dark Dragon, yep. He did normal summon it. So no big issues here on the way to his victory lap.
All right, so Boral Savage Dragon's going to be at 4,200 here.
One more draw. This could be
Will it be the handshake? Did he draw into something he can use? Dark Ruler no more, maybe?
And that's
it! It's over! We have our first ever world champion from the United States of America, Paulie Aronson.
What a way to end it. You mentioned it. First time that it's happening.
Good game. Paulie Aronson menang World dengan menggunakan Dragon Link.
OCG. Wow.
I have dreamed of this moment my entire duel.
Mas Winsley, kamu bilangin Sword Soul apakah juara 2? Sword Soul jadi juara 2. Dragon Link best deck, let's go!
I didn't know if it would ever happen.
Oh my god.
Paulie has made it.
Wow.
He is represented. I can't.
Incredible.
Absolutely, we mentioned it. It was an amazing weekend. We went through 3 different tournaments.
Aku nggak tahu akan bikin Dragon Link atau nggak, kelihatannya mungkin.
But now it's all on Paulie, who managed it. He did it. What a guy, and what a humble guy is.
You know, his demeanor hasn't changed once this entire time.
Gak tahu aku bakal bikin Dragon Link atau enggak, tapi kelihatannya iya. Aku mau nyoba kombonya, pengen belajar Dragon Link. Wow.
Hi. What should I say? Just talk about the weekend? The tournament? What am I supposed to do?
How do you feel right now?
Oh, really good. Really good. It was a great weekend. Really fun weekend. I'm sorry, what was that?
Dia bilang ke what?
Oh, I can say more. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was a super fun weekend. I was saying all weekend, like, it was great because, like, we all made tons of new friends, had a lot of fun, and then this happened, and now it's an even better weekend. Yeah.
And then this happens.
いろいろと新しい友達も作ることができて、最終的にはこのような場にたどり着くことができてすごい嬉しく思っております。改めまして素晴らしい試合をしてくれた選手に。
It was a fun weekend, and then this happened.
I genuinely thought I would never see this.
Oh my god, it was a fun weekend, and then this make better weekend.
You could tell it. If there was a guy that was deserving it, it was surely Paulie. Honestly, such a humble guy, such good presence, and what a tournament he had. Honestly,
Oh wow!
Right there
Oh wow!
is what you get with Paulie. He's like that all the time. He's been like that.
Build Dragon Link. Kalau kamu beli Dragon Maid, kamu dapat Heavenly Spheres-nya. Apa aja sih yang kamu dapat dari Dragon Maid?
The end. It's been fantastic. So thank you so
Coba
much.
kita coba cek ya di
Here, and thank you to all the duelists.
itu apa aja.
Playing this weekend, and everybody all throughout the year who's been competing and trying to get here to the World Championship. It's been fantastic.
Kita sambil dengerin streamnya masih, tapi kita coba bikin Dragon Link kalau mau.
Give it up. It was an insane achievement. What a guy.
Just so amazing. And yeah, he's had an incredible year. And to cap it off this way on the biggest stage, to be the first ever world champion from the United States. Just
Ayo kita masak Dragon Link sekarang juga sambil kita masih dengerin stream.
Absolutely, it was an amazing day. As you mentioned, we started things off with Duel Links and Takagi claiming it with a Frios whip. Then we got to see the duel with 9 Panthers winning it. As you mentioned, Joshua Smith becoming a world champion, and now the first ever North American world champion for the
Spheres.
What a day!
I can't think of
Kamu butuh berapa sih Spheres?
to start off the 20.
Rocket,
And I'm glad I got to do it with all
Borderland,
everybody watching at home.
Striker Dragon, Quick Launch, Boot Sector Launch, Tracer. Aku bahkan nggak tahu rasionya berapa. Kita nyomot dari ini aja. Oh masih itu tuh. Lagi upacara penutupnya tuh. Bestial Dragon Link, betul. Nanti engine bestialnya aku tahu kira-kiranya sih.
Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023熱きデュエルは今日幕を閉じます。しかし また新たな歴史が動き始めます。2024年に向け戦い抜いた選手たち、そして皆さんで今スタートを切りましょう。さあ皆さん、最後に一緒にカウントダウンをお願いします。 Alright everyone, let's do a final countdown together. 準備はよろしいでしょうか？ Are you ready? いきますよ。 3, 2, 1 Duel!
3, 2, 1 what? Dan begitulah berakhirnya World Championship 2003 kita kali ini, Paul. Siapa tadi namanya? Yang pakai Dragon Link, aduh aku lupa lagi. Dan Joshua Smith menang akhirnya. Oli Aronson apa ya namanya? Well, teman-teman, stream hari ini agak kecepatan tapi nggak masalah. Kita bisa balik masak itu lagi, Dragon Link lagi. Bestial. Ya, channelnya Trisula aku pernah lihat tapi aku baru sekilas doang waktu itu. Paling bikin begini kali, aku nggak tahu. You know what? Kita cek ini aja. Trisula nanti kapan-kapan aku buatin itunya. Aku bikinin guide-nya dari Trisula punya. Dalam bahasa Indonesia maksudnya, kalau mau Dragon Link. Tapi ya ada post credit kalau mau. Mathematic Mister itu ya jadi cyber spy pada dasarnya. Cyber spy itu pakai Math untuk dapetin super factorial, sama dapetin dari Salaman Grade juga bagus untuk recursion-nya. Nantilah kita lihat. Ada perasaan apa hari ini habis nonton ini? Perasaannya Dragon Link best deck, let's go. Dragon Link sweep di paper dan di Master Duel punya Dragon Link sweep. Post kreditnya lama ya. Ya udah nggak apa-apa. Ayo kita nyantai aja dulu. Selamat bagi Dragon Link memenangkan World, memenangkan Master Duel World. Selamat bagi Pauli Aronson menang Paper World. Selamat bagi Joshua Smith, Vandal Thing, Emre. Mereka satu tim kan ya? Aku kok nggak begitu inget soal ini. Aku lebih fokus ke arah gamenya daripada pro playernya, jadi kurang itu. Ya, Bestial nge-boost banget Dragon Link. Akan lebih bagus lagi nanti setelah ada Bestial di Spatter. Tahun ini adalah tahun naga. Mau naga Eropa, mau naga Asia, tahun ini tahun naga. Berapa banyak di antara teman-teman yang masih ada di chat yang mau bikin Dragon Link setelah ini? Angkat tangan. Angkat tangan yang mau bikin Dragon Link. Saya gitu. Udah punya dari dulu. Oke, fair. Udah punya, malah aku yang belum punya. Udah punya dari tahun lalu, udah punya dari dulu, udah punya dari lama, nggak ada banyak alasan. Aku mungkin akan bulking beberapa untuk bikin Dragon Link nanti. Aku mau lihat dulu pack ini berikutnya Kastira itu sampai kemana. Karena aku juga mau bikin tier Kastira, jadi aku mau nunggu dapetin itu dulu lah. Habis itu kita bulking bikin Dragon Link. Sky Striker sama Dragon Link langsung, Dulu aku bikin Sky Striker, kemudian aku bikin PK Brave. Akhirnya lama nggak kepake. Aku bikin DDD, aku bikin Cyber Dragon. Aku ngapain aku bikin Cyber Dragon dulu? Cuma iseng doang, nggak pernah dipakai akhirnya. PK Brave pernah dipakai, DDD pernah dipakai, Cyber Dragon nggak pernah dipakai. Aku dismantle aja kali. Habis itu, ayo kita bikin Dragon Link habis ini. Dragon Link murah. Sprite juga murah. Sword Soul agak mahal. Nanti aku cerita sedikit deh di ini. Di apa tuh namanya? Di Master Duel UR, perbandingan UR. Joshua Smith, selamat. Mohon maaf aku meragukanmu. Expecting to meet you next time. Aku akan cerita sedikit sebelum kita bubar tentang UR core untuk banyak. Jadi kemarin itu aku ngitung, ini akan jadi bahan video tapi aku akan bocorin dulu sekarang. Aku kemarin itu ngitung UR untuk sprite itu total ada berapa? 30, banyak juga. Untuk Sword Soul itu total UR-nya segitu. Untuk Dragon Link itu total UR-nya segitu, 15 plus 9, 24. Untuk Labyrinth itu total UR-nya segini, 19 plus 6, 25. Ada Emancipator, dan kemarin terus kemudian aku ngitung beberapa core-nya aja, core deck-nya. Jadi kayak macam staple dilepas, staple gitu ya. Kemudian staple, sprite elf satu staple, sprite sprint satu staple, ini staple. Jadi core UR untuk sprite itu cuma 2 blue, 2 starter, 2 gigantic, Melvi sama sprite elf. Murah kan? UR-nya sprite itu cuma 8 core-nya. Kemudian kalau kita ngitung Sword Soul, UR-nya Sword Soul, core-nya itu apa aja sih? Kamu nggak dihitung. Yang core itu apa aja? Kamu nggak dihitung. 4 plus 7, 11, lumayan mahal untuk core-nya Sword Soul. PvP dianggap itu deh staple, jadi 10 core staple-nya. Kemudian core UR-nya core staple aku core UR. Kalau yang ini core UR-nya itu Chaos Savage, Chaos Roller bisa dibawa, Baron enggak, ini gratis, kamu enggak. Jadi UR-nya juga lumayan murah. Dragon Link itu 7 UR, bisa dibilang lebih murah daripada Sprite malah. Jadi kalau kamu mau bikin deck dari awal, Sword Soul itu sebetulnya untuk pilihan starter deck, teorinya murah. Tapi prakteknya nggak terlalu murah juga, lebih murah Sprite dan lebih murah Dragon Link. Kalau kamu mau bikin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, aku cuma butuh 7 UR untuk Dragon Link. Untuk Sword Soul aku masih butuh berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kemudian untuk Labyrinth juga relatif murah, ya kan? Karena kamu cabut staple semuanya. Tapi untuk Labyrinth lebih mahal sedikit sih. Ini 1, nggak apa-apa. Ini 1. Jadi 11 UR. Jadi Labyrinth dengan Sword Soul itu 1 tier murahnya. Mahal, lumayan mahal. Yang 1 tier lagi itu kemarin yang aku perhatikan ini. Ini staple ya, maksudnya yang staple. Kamu staple. 3 plus 5, 8. Jadi yang core UR-nya 8, itu ada Sprite, Dragon Link, dan ada Emancipator. Kemudian yang core UR-nya 11, itu ada Sword Soul dan Labyrinth. Jadi kalau kamu mau bikin deck yang murah, ya ada Emancipator, Dragon Link, dan Sprite. Ini yang meta relevan. Kalau mau yang agak mahal, ya Sword Soul dan Labyrinth. Tergantung kamu maunya kayak apa gitu. Synchro level 9 dan Chasing Long Yuan aku nggak anggap staple karena jarang deck yang pakai mereka dibandingin sama Masquerena, dibandingin sama Unicorn, dibandingin sama Access Code. Tapi kalau kamu anggap staple, maka deck yang bawa mereka juga lebih murah lagi jatuhnya, hitungannya. Salaman Great itu staple semua. Kemarin aku udah delete malah. Nggak tahu. Sprite butuh UR berapa? Sprite butuh UR sekian. Mau bikin ini worth. Sprite butuh UR sekian, tapi yang ini staple yang aku lepas ya. Staple. Elf 1 staple, karena biasa orang cuma bawa 1 doang staplenya. Jadi Sprite itu core UR-nya ada 8. Yang lainnya staple semua. Itu relatif murah, Mas Ari. Kalau kamu mau bikin Sprite masih worth, silahkan buat. Dragon Link juga murah. Berarti deck murah ini aku cuma kurang ada Emancipator sama Dragon Link sih. Dragon Link, mending aku mau bikin Dragon Link daripada ada Emancipator justru. Nggak murah Dragon Link. Average ya, oke, fair, average. Kalau dibandingin sama kayak jenisnya Exo Sister, di mana kamu butuh ini 3, ini 2, ini 3, ini 3. Kamu kadang butuh ini 2. Jadi ini aja udah 11. Ini udah seharga Sword Soul. Sword Soul juga butuhnya 11. Sprite, untuk Sprite iya, Sprint 1, Elf 2. Tapi Sprite Sprint dan Sprite Elf itu dianggap staple karena banyak deck yang bisa bawa mereka. Makanya sisanya yang Sprite Elf kedua yang nggak dianggap staple karena cuma Sprite yang paling mau bawa 2 Sprite Elf. Kayak gitu ceritanya. Ini cuma gambaran sekilas kalau ditanya deck apa yang murah, deck apa yang mahal. Deck yang murah itu Sprite, Dragon Link, dan ada Emancipator. Sword Soul dan Labyrinth itu relatif mahal. Kalau kita mau lihat yang lainnya misalnya di sini di row display ini, tier mahal, branded mahal, branded tier juga mahal. Jadi ya cuma 1 Sprite, Sword Soul, Dragon Link, Labyrinth, ada Emancipator, Hero mahal. Dari sisanya Sprite, Sword Soul, Dragon Link, ada Emancipator, dan Labyrinth itu pembagian seperti itu. Kalau kamu nggak punya yang kayak branded 1 tier, nih aku sebutin aja 3-3-nya. Hero mahal. Hero kamu butuh Hero Leaves, kamu butuh Stratos, 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15, 14 lah. Yang Dark Law yang satunya dianggap staple bisa. 15, 16, 17. Mahalnya setengah mati. Hero mahalnya setengah mati. Brandesh juga mahalnya setengah mati. Branded tier juga mahalnya setengah mati, tier juga mahalnya setengah mati. Jadi dari 5 deck yang sekarang lagi meta, Sprite, Sword Soul, Dragon Link, Labyrinth, dan ada Emancipator yang paling murah itu selain Sword Soul sama Labyrinth, 8 UR. Sword Soul dan Labyrinth itu 11 UR core-nya doang. Jadi kayak begitu. Enggak, Sprite itu cuma 8, Sprite cuma 8. Sprite cuma 8. Sprite cuma 8. Oke. Ini yang staple yang aku cabut. Yang tidak staple yang tidak aku cabut. Sprite cuma 8. Sprite cuma 8. Sprite cuma 8 UR. Sama juga dengan Dragon Link juga 8 UR doang. Dragon Link juga cuma 8 UR. Tujuh malah Dragon Link. Aku anggap Borolot sama Chaos Ruler sama Baron itu staple ya. Dari sini ke belakang tuh cuma paling yang di sini cuma Arvin Abyss sama Boral End, dan itu pun banyak deck yang bisa bawa. Sama sisanya tuh paling cuma Chaos Dragon sama Lubellion sama Dragon Ravine. 7 UR. Dragon Link malah paling murah. Nggak kepikiran kan kalau Dragon Link murah? Ada Emancipator juga sama. Jadi kayak gitu deretan harganya. Kamu tahu apa? Ya oke, fine. Berikutnya aku akan bikin Dragon Link. Sword Soul, kapan kamu deck synchro aku bisa bawa Dragon Link aja yang bisa synchro. Labyrinth aku nunggu bikin extra deck Labyrinth. Aku udah punya core-nya Labyrinth, cuma kurang satu Lady, satu Welcome sama satu Big Welcome. Jadi disimpan aja dulu. Kalau udah ada extra deck Labyrinth baru aku mau buat Labyrinth Unchained. Aku mau bikin itu. Tapi kalau masih Labyrinth dengan cara buang pakai punishment itu masih nantilah. Kurang suka aku dengan sistem kayak begitu. Tapi ya jadi lumayan murah kan perbandingannya. Pegel, udah aku mau udahin stream di sini aja. Teman-teman, aku mau menikmati euforianya Master Duel itu World. Habis itu mikir mau bikin Dragon Link, belajar dulu Dragon Link kalau mau. Tapi ya untuk teman-teman kita sampai di sini aja dulu. Kecuali mau gladiatorial jam 4. Enggak lah, nggak usah. Udah. Enggak sampai malam lah, gila. Kita mulai tadi jam 1. Nggak kuat aku sampai malam. Ini aja udah 3,5 jam kita streaming. Gladiatorial berikutnya hari Jumat depan. Hari Jumat jam 7 sampai jam 11 malam. Aku stream setiap hari Jumat, Sabtu dan Minggu jam 7 sampai jam 11 malam. Tapi gladiatorial yang Master Duel berikutnya adalah hari Jumatnya. Jumat minggu depan dengan tema non-banish. Artinya semua kartu yang ada tulisannya banish atau remove from play itu di-ban. Selain itu juga mengikuti Master Duel, banlist Master Duel dan juga mengikuti banlist World. Tolong, nanti link akan di description untuk yang kedepannya. Tapi untuk sekarang, itu aja dulu. Udah dong, bilang bye-bye. Ketemu lagi minggu depan. Bye. Yang belum subscribe, jangan lupa subscribe. Tapi kalau udah, ya udah. Itu aja. Ayo kita belajar Dragon Link. Selamat. Bye semuanya. Mas Arif, Mas Raka, Mas Alrizal, Mas Ari, Mas Adam, Mas Winsley, dan kawan-kawannya. Kita ketemu lagi minggu depan. Jangan lupa bikin deck dulu dari sekarang, oke? Jadi jangan minggu depan baru hari Jumat depan baru terburu-buru bikin no banish. Dicek dulu. Kamu punya waktu 1 minggu untuk bikin decknya. Jangan disia-siakan. Makasih udah nonton. Bye bye.